in properties that cash flow. Okay. Not only did I buy that asset for $120 million below replacement cost, that we believe in 7 years we will get back to that number, somewhere between 3 and 7 years, we'll make 120 if I just get back to replacement cost. And while I do that, it cash flows. Okay. Cash flow. Cash flow is king. Okay. I don't want cash. I want cash flow. Oh, is that the district deal? Okay, good. So I'm doing a deal right now up the street from where I'm at right now, about 15 miles from here. This product sold for $200 million. The last time it sold was $200 million, and I'm under contract right now for $160. Now, there's two different things. Last time it sold, last time it traded is not the same as cost to rebuild. To rebuild this asset today would be 600 times 336. Yeah, it'd be about $202 million to rebuild it today.
Plus, how much time?
So I'm below replacement cost, and I'm under the last trade. This is called the last trade. Okay, and back to Jared's point, if I start building that asset today, dude, you're not out of the ground for 15 months, and you're not built for another 24 months. 24 plus 14, that's 38 months. And you're not filled up and stabilized for another 16. So you're probably 54 months. You could be 4 years, 4.5 years from being cash flow positive. Now I'm going to put all these things together, all these definitions. Number 3, underwriting. Okay, I'm going to simplify underwriting. And by the way, everybody that decides to get, we're going to give you guys an opportunity to have a further education with us. Every one of you that decide to do that today, I'm going to give you the super cool, fast, perfect Grant Cardone underwriting calculator where you can literally drop my brain onto your phone and know how to underwrite every deal for different returns and do it in literally 15 seconds. You'll underwrite a deal. Cap rate. You're going to hear a term called cap rate. Okay, what is the cap rate? How do you determine your marketplace? What is your cap rate? The cap rate is basically the percentage return on the invested dollars so that you can return money to yourself and to your investors. Okay. Number 5, you're going to see a term called NOI today. Okay, you're just writing all these down. Just collect them. You're going to learn them the way I did. Okay, I didn't know these terms either. I went to college. They didn't teach me any of this stuff. In fact, they didn't teach me anything. I got out of college, dude. I knew nothing. I didn't know how to start a checking account. Didn't know what a difference between a liability and an asset was. I didn't know whether a house went on a financial statement or not. And by the way, my degree was accounting. Knew nothing about how to start a business, how to grow a business. I didn't know the difference between cash flow, profits, gross revenue, net income, nothing. And I spent 5 years. I knew more about drugs and alcohol getting out of college than I knew about accounting. Number 6, leverage. What is leverage? Well, leverage is the thing that will make you rich. Okay, too much leverage will make you very poor very fast. Okay, leverage is you found 4 units. This law exists today. You found 4 units. Let me see if Jared got me some units here. Yeah, it's great if I knew where to move that tab was.
All the way over to the left.
Yeah, I already did the left. Okay. See all these. Well, there's no assets. I can't find any good deals. All these are deals across the entire United States. Okay, if I was in Europe, I could find these deals. If I was in Australia, I could find these deals. If I was in India, I could find these deals. Wherever there's... So I'm going to go to this first deal right here. $360,000 for the whole thing. Okay, now what is leverage? Leverage is I just found 360,000 units. I can buy this asset right now today with $21,000. Leverage is 21 grand. Owns $360,000. Well, they're not going to give you that loan. They'll give you this loan easier than they'll give you a loan on a Corolla or in a car or Can you guys see this? You see it on the board? Okay, yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Everything's looking good. Okay, you guys are doing a great job. Okay. Hey, by the way, give my team a big hand for doing this on a Saturday. They came in here to help you. I wish I had a camera to show you all these beautiful faces in here that are here to help you, support you. These guys are pulling for you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you guys are awesome. What is that? Oh yeah, go ahead, man. Show them the team, man. Show them the team. Okay. There'll be a couple of guys probably cover their faces because you know they're ice. They're a little concerned about ice. See how a couple see that brown dude back there hiding behind the computer. He's like, not me. Okay. So that's just some of them. There's Jared, Mr. Whitey Vanilla. Okay. We got to get back outside, Jared. Okay. We got to get this efficient. Okay. Here we are. So here we are. This little deal. Okay. This is 4 units. There's some terms right here you're looking at. Cap rate. What is the cap rate? It says a 7% cap rate. So how do you figure that cap rate? The deal's $360,000.
Hey,
and
Ted.
I know right now, if it says a 7% cap rate, I don't
Top
need any
of the
more data.
afternoon.
You guys have to learn this. That's what I said. What 2 things you have to have in real estate? And I might add a 3rd thing in a little bit. You got to have a commitment, and you got to have knowledge. You got to have some information. Okay. This deal, if my math is right, is going to make $25,200 a year.
Top of the afternoon, Chris.
I'm just doing this in my head. I don't know how to do my math. Let me see. I used to be good at math.
Top of the afternoon, Sean.
That's exactly right. I'm not.
Howdy.
What you do is you multiply this number times 7%. Take the 360 that you pay. It says it's a 7 cap, which means there's $25,000 of NOI. What is NOI? NOI is the gross income less the expenses equals the NOI, and the debt comes below that. This is not the cash flow. Okay? Now I happen to know, and you will know today too, Mike. Everybody, all our mentors, our 5,000 mentors,
We just left Johnstown, Pennsylvania. We're getting ready to get on the turnpike in Pennsylvania.
How much loan of a loan I can get on this asset.
We'll probably make it up to Wisconsin tonight.
In addition to that, I give them my lenders. How many would like to have access to my lenders? To say, hey, I know you're going to give me this much money on this deal and never be told no. Okay, so on this deal, let's see, what do we have? What is that, NOI? Is that the NOI? Yeah, 360. How much have we still 21,000? Okay, so I'm going to
exit toward Freedoms, Somerset.
Exit right ahead.
$1 million out of this property. How much taxes do you pay there? Zero. So I got $9 million from the property, still own the property. This is called a refinance, okay? We call this the refinance rocket ship. You refinance the asset because the value of it went up. How did the value go up? Because the NOI went up. When the NOI goes up, you get more loan proceeds. You take the loan, new loan, you pay off the old loan, it goes away. By the way, how big was your check last month? Do you remember all this is one deal? He got a check for $1,800 last month. I got a check for $9,000. And we already took money out of the asset, and there's no tax in it.
I've already paid out.
He put in $100,000. He's been paid out $1 million, and he still owns the asset. And this return now is immeasurable, or what's called infinite return. This is the true way to create wealth in your lifetime. You own an asset, you don't sell it. Make a note here. Middle class people buy stuff and sell it. Middle class people buy stuff and enjoy it. Middle class people buy.
Half mile. Take the Pennsylvania 281 exit toward Freedoms, Somerset.
After.
Oh yeah, I'll be driving right into it.
Then turn right.
This is the calm before the
Guess
storm.
what? Every time you make money, you do what? You pay taxes. Wealthy people buy
Take the
assets.
exit
They
right.
never
Then
sell.
turn right.
They borrow against the
281 exit. Then turn right onto Pennsylvania 281 South.
increased value and never pay taxes. Okay.
After 300 yards,
Let's see
turn
what else
right.
is out here. The refinance. Now, I know I'm covering a lot of information.
Pennsylvania 281 South, Stoystown Road.
Right now, I'm covering a tremendous amount of information. For any of you right now that's sitting here saying, dude, look, wow, geez, this is great, dude. I want to get units. I want to be below replacement cost. I want to know how to underwrite. I want to know what a cap rate is. I want to know what bank to go to.
Pennsylvania 281 South for 1.5 miles.
Dude, I don't even think he was straight. So you weren't even shouting, man. Okay? Anyway, okay. We've been around a long time together, okay? So now he's got what? He's got a wife, he's got 2 kids, he's got $1,800 a month coming in, he's got hundreds of thousands of dollars that hit him with no tax event. And he doesn't have to manage the property. We have a third party manage the property. One time I've been to that property to buy it. I went there, I bought it, I walked it, I knew what I was looking for, I put a loan on it. We've had 3 loans on it since then, and now it just pays us forever, okay? Now, I'm covering a lot of information. For any of you out there saying, bro, I don't just want today, I want to know how to learn more of this, we put an offer together for you from the Real Estate Resource Book, a 16-hour real estate home study course, so you can actually slow this down and watch this 10 times or 20 times. You can watch it with your kids. And I included our underwriting calculator so you can know how Grant Cardone would underwrite your deal. And we're going to do all of this for, I think it was like a $24,000 offer. We're going to do it for, I think it's an exciting for $297. Okay? You can just go to grantcardone.com/success, grantcardone.com/success. This is for any of you that are committed and you want to slow the information down and you want to spend more time with it and you want to become an expert. Okay, when I started this, I wanted to become an expert. I knew the first time I went out and looked at real estate, I said, I'm going to learn how to buy real estate. I'm going to amass a fortune of real estate over my career. And if I ever figure out how to do this, I'm going to help other people do the same thing. Okay? We've helped tens of thousands of people get in the real estate game. Awesome. While we can do this, because this is a weekend, okay, we're gonna offer 50 one-on-one strategy calls with my team to get an understanding of what market are you in, how much experience do you have, how much money do you have, what's your credit issues like, how can we help you get started. So we're going to do that. I can only do that for 50 people. So the first 50 people, they go to Grant Cardone.
Turn right onto North Pleasant Avenue.
.com/success. You're committed. You have initiative. You want to master this game. Stupid, ridiculous offer that I shouldn't even have to tell you about because it's so ridiculous. Okay? It's only $297. You can't buy it anywhere on the internet. So if you want to take advantage of that, go grab that. ridiculous. And we'll give the
North Pleasant Avenue.
first 50 people a strategy call with my real estate coaching team. Okay, now let's do this now. Let's find some deals in your market. I had Jared pull this up right before. Well, let me
A mile.
just show you the first deal I ever did. Okay, first deal I ever did. This is an actual deal I did.
Four unit house.
1117 Sheffield. It's really dark, isn't it? There's a live website right now called Zillow. And I found this deal. I'm just going to walk you through how I did this deal. This is the first deal I ever did. I made $3,000 on it. I was very proud of myself.
He was.
This deal was $78,000. At that time, they had you got to know where the loan money, you got to know where the money is. So for all of you out there that don't have any money, quit saying you don't have any money and change that from I don't have any money to I don't know where the money is. Okay, because there's plenty of money. There's endless amounts of money. Who's got the money? Well, at that time, if you put $3,500 down, you could get a loan for $75,000. That's called what? Leverage. Okay? So I knew it was a good deal. How did I know it was a good deal? Because $3,500, about 78 grand. That's a good deal. Now, that's not a good deal if I have to live in it. But it's a great deal if somebody would pay me $450 a month and my payment was only $250. I think that's what it was, by the way. Let me see, 75,000 times 0.07 divided by 12. Yeah, my payments were $437 a month plus a little something something. Okay, and I rented it for $650. I'm sorry, I rented it. The rent was $650, and I made $200 a month. Now, is that a good deal?
That's a good deal. It's a start.
Well, I knew it was a good location. I knew they had good schools. I knew people wanted to live there. I knew I couldn't build a house for $78,000. Okay, because you couldn't build a house there for $78,000. Why? Because there was already a house there. So how do you build a house right there? You could build one across
After
town for
300
less
yards,
money.
bear right, then keep left.
This is a little quaint neighborhood that people wanted to be in. Had private police, private fire department, Bel Air, Texas, great location, south of Houston, taxes were left. You got to know the market, okay? And I knew that I was going to get paid $200 of positive cash flow. I didn't have to do anything to the asset. And I only put $3,500.
This is the
Use the left
calm.
lane to take the I-76 West, I-70 West ramp to Pittsburgh.
This is the calm before the storm.
On investment,
It is 50 degrees according to my dashboard.
Left, then take the
Left
highway.
lane to take the I-76 West ramp.
It's actually 47 degrees.
20. How much did I put down? Yeah, I'm gonna get 2,400. Year 120.
For half a mile.
400 divided by 3,500. It was a 68% return on investment. You can't even charge anybody this much. It'd be against the law. You would get sent to jail for use. I'm making 6% a month, and people are like, it's only $200. Bro, it's $200 more than I have. I did that one deal. Guess what? I went 3 blocks and bought a second deal. I bought this deal right here. Okay, this deal right here.
Mile. Merge onto I-70 West, I-76 West.
Or 22. I remember every one of these addresses I've ever bought.
You mentioned them so many times.
That's the asset once it's all on down. That's the funny thing about these things.
6 West for 117 miles.
Here's the asset. When I bought it, that's shit. But it was much then. My down payment on this, it was $92,500. By the way, you can run this all the way back to history. You see everything I'm telling you. It's 75% revenue. You still get an exposure. Complete bullshit. No records, no proof, no validation. You
say prayers, and everybody else will say prayers for your mom, buddy.
I mean, you can go and walk right now and ask me, "Frank, what about this?"
Top of the afternoon.
But here's the deal. Here's the leverage. Remember that term? I gave you a bunch of terms that we got to learn. What's my leverage? My leverage is 100%. I'm on a $19,000 asset for no money. Is it a good deal? I don't owe anything, and it was positive cash flow. Okay. Next time, it was so desirable that the next time somebody would buy it, they would tear it down and put up on the what do they call it? Over 5,000. Over 5,000 square feet. They're called. They're not going to say what they're. Huh? That's like that.
Mansion.
What's a great house? Mansion. Over 5,000 square feet is considered a mansion. Yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
Let's see. What's that? What's it look like today? Somebody bought the house with me for $125,000. They paid $120,000. I made $30,000 with no investment, and it was positive cash flow. I shouldn't have sold it. I shouldn't have sold the first one. Okay, but I did. Let's see. This thing's worth $1.8 million today. Could have been mine. Let's see what the rent is here, because this is the more interesting thing. This is the rent of this
He's
asset.
collected $500 from that
What does it say? The rent?
30 years ago.
$2,700.
$2,200 more a month.
Do the math. Everybody's going to do the math. You guys that are watching from home, do the math, okay? You're not going to learn this without doing math. Times 12. You don't learn it because I do it. You learn it because I do it. You do it. Times 12. How much is that? That's 32,000. Is that right? 324,000. Oh yeah, times 2,700 times 12. See, because it's been 10 years. No, they haven't been 10 years. It's been 37 years times 37. $1,200,000 in rent. You're like, well, yeah, but you had some costs. I didn't pay anything for it. I put no money down. Okay? These deals are all over the United States. You're like, yeah, but that was back then. Okay? Guess what? These deals, I'll show them to you right now. Before I do that, I'm going to show you the first big deal. Okay? Here's 48 units. Again, I'm just establishing some of the things I told you already. I bought this in 2000. What was the date on this? Don't remember. Not 2000. 1998. There was a thing called, for those of you who don't remember, 1998.
Say your prayers.
Banks failed in America. They were called credit
And do everything you possibly can to be alongside of her.
Massive problem. Anytime banks have a problem, real estate has a problem. And the values come down. That's what's going on right now in America. You have the values crashing because the debt market's got a problem. I'll explain more of that in just a second and why it's an opportunity for you today. This guy spent $5.1 million building the asset, sold it to me for $1.9 million. What does that call? This is called what? Lower replacement cost. He spent 5.1. I paid 1.9. I went to the banks. I put $350,000 down. I financed $1,600,000 in thereabouts. Okay. You're like, yeah, 350 grand. Yeah, look, I didn't have this 350. This was not my 350. I got this 350 from my company. I own my own company. I stole some money from my company. I put some money in Visa. I put some money on MasterCard. I went to my mom. My mom lent me $90,000. I said, why don't you be an investor with me? No, but I'll give you a loan. Okay? This asset, 48 units, do the math with me.
This guy was brought up by a single mom
What were the rents in San Diego?
because his dad passed away.
money than my business. I'm coming up with the 350 grand. How many of you could figure this out? You're like, I'm going to buy a business that makes more money in the first month than the business I've been in for 3 years. Okay. Now, today I want you to just go out today and look at what the rents are. It's 49 units now. I wonder how they did that. Yeah, you know, okay, let's see what the rents are. It's not on this page.
I think they were 2,500 last time.
Yeah, but I want to show it to them. So it'll be at report.com. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing renting. Company got upcoming availability. You have no units.
Yeah, the one bedrooms, if you go to apartmentfinder.com,
Okay, what's this at?
the one bedrooms are $1,725.
Oh, excuse me. Oh my God. The rents were $620. How much do they go?
The one bedrooms are $1,725.
The one bedrooms are $1,725. What are the two bedrooms? Here we go.
The market was $2,300.
Okay, we're gonna go to 2,000. Between the one bedrooms and the two bedrooms, 1,700, 2,300. Okay, we're gonna do 2,000. Now I'm gonna show you a little trick here. You guys want to write this down? This is called the increased value calculator, called the IVC.
It's going to add $25 to each
This is
unit.
not an underwriting calculator. This is the increased value calculator to tell me what the increased value of the asset is as rents go
I will
to 620.
try,
Which
James.
that didn't have anything to do with mine. I don't raise
We'll
the
keep your
rents.
mom in our prayers.
The rents are, okay? You're going to take the difference between the 2,000 and the 620, and that's $1,400. And you're going to multiply that $1,400 times 48 times 12 divided by the calculator. It's called the increased value calculator. Okay, $1,400 times 48 times 12 divided by 0.05. I'm going to use a 5 now, and that is $16,128 million. $16 million. $16,128,000. Okay. What is that $16 million represent? Who knows? Put in the chat if you know what it represents. The increased value of the asset, not the value of the asset. Okay, what did I pay for this thing? I paid $1.9 million, but it was worth $5.1 million. So this asset should be worth somewhere between $21 and $22 million to me. What did I put down? $350,000. $90,000 of which was my mother's, and $260,000 that I had to come up with from other people. Okay, you guys understand? I turned $260,000 into $22 million. Now, who here is watching right now? If you knew you could make $22 million, right here. Okay, all these in red, these are listed assets for sale. There's also a whole list of assets that aren't for sale, but that are ready for sale. There's also a list of distressed assets in our deal finder, 10X deal finder, that are distressed because of debt or the maturity of a loan or some other issue. There's also a list of deals that were on the market last year that didn't sell, that by the way will be sold. Then there's a list of institutions that I deal with that are going to be selling assets because their fund expired and they have to sell the asset. So I just gave you 5 different sets. I'm showing you only one of them right now. These are all small deals. These are great starter deals. Somebody's going to buy these deals. I'm not. Okay? Well, the reason I'm not buying these deals is because I have 14,000 units. Adding 4 doesn't do anything for me. I need to add 400 at a time or 4,000. I'm trying to scale. Okay? But somebody's going to buy these deals. And we do this. We help people in our mentors, our mentoring on, what's that, Wednesday or Friday? Our Friday call, we help people underwrite deals. On Wednesday, we actually help people fund deals, okay? So here's a deal in Columbus, $360,000. You can buy that deal with $18,000. Here's a deal right here in Canyon Lake, Texas. Yeah, that deal's going to be 50 grand. That deal's very expensive, but it's a brand new asset, and it might be in a great location, close to a Whole Foods, a Trader Joe's, and a Starbucks, and it could be worth that because if the $250 that you're paying per door, 4 units, $1 million, $250 a door. If the rents are $3 grand, it's a screamer deal. It's a screamer. How do I know that? Because I know the different rules, the financial rules and guidelines to what buys a deal, and I can quickly look at a deal and say, hey, that could be a good deal. Here's a deal in Glendale, Arizona. Okay. I love this market, by the way. Fantastic market. Now, Glendale is a very, very hot little market. I'm just looking at this because I'm trying to buy stuff in Glendale right now. These kitchens have been partially redone, not all the way. There's a tremendous amount of supply there. These are not apartments. These are really like homes. It's got a yard. So somebody that doesn't want to be in an apartment complex, they got a yard, they got a little rock water. Guess what? My properties can't keep a rocket. Okay? That place can keep a rocket. That guy will pay $400 a month just for his damn dog, and he'll get rid of his sister. He'll kick his sister out of the asset before he kicks his rocket out. Okay? You know, it is what it is. It's affordable housing. This kitchen's been completely redone. Looks really good. I wonder what this rents on. Let's see. $1,500 a month. Okay. Now, what do you need to know? You need to know this guy Terry right here. You're going to call Terry up and say, Terry, tell me about the deal. How do you talk to Terry? How do you... Terry? All of that, by the way, is in this course, okay? This course tells you how to call the broker. The most important thing is having an asset to look at. The second most important thing in real estate is contacting that broker. It goes like this. Find an asset, call the broker. Most people do this. Find an asset, they look at it, they look at a bunch of pictures, then they underwrite it wrong. I find an asset, contact the broker. This is where you have to become an expert. You have to have knowledge and a commitment to call this guy Terry that wants to talk to you, by the way, because he wants to make his commission on this asset. I mean, if Terry really knew anything, what would Terry be doing?
By themselves.
Come on, let me see in the chat. Who knows what Terry should be doing right now? Terry should be buying the asset.
Yep.
Not selling the asset. Okay. All right. Let's get back to that. All right.
Because there ain't no way he's going to make the commission he's going to make on that property.
Listen to this. We got Phoenix, Arizona. There's a deal with a 6 cap. Remember that term? That's the return on the investment. We got a deal in Mahalo, California. 4 units. $1.2 million. You cannot build an asset and you're like, oh, that's a lot of money, 300 grand a door. Folks, it will cost at least $100,000 anywhere in California to get permits to build something. Okay? This goes back to the cost to build. You guys got to quit looking at what you think is the cost to build or replacement cost. Remember that? The replacement cost? It cost $100,000 in permits This is a piece of paper that says, yeah, you can build it, okay? So it costs you at least $100 grand to get a permit. Then you still got to get a sewer permit, you got to get a roof permit, you got to get an irrigation permit, you're going to have to get, like, they're going to permit you to get it, okay? Then you got to build it. It's probably going to cost you another $400,000 to build it. If it's 1,500 square feet, and it costs you $500,000 a square foot, $500 a square foot to build it, how much is that? $750,000? And you're buying this asset for $300 grand. You're $400,000 below replacement cost. We have a major problem in this country called affordable housing. Okay, here's the problem: there is none. Forget wherever there's affordable housing, people don't want to be. There is affordable housing. I can tell you where to go right now to buy the cheapest housing in America. The cheapest housing in America is in a city called Flint, Michigan. You can get a house there tonight for $28,000. The water is suspect, okay, but the housing is cheap. Okay, let's see. Portland, Oregon. It's for $845. You can buy that deal with $40,000, by the way. There's a deal in San Diego.
Oh, I gotta put this in there.
You can buy that deal for what? $60,000. Here's a deal in Phoenix. You can buy that deal for $40,000. Pomona, California. You can buy that deal for $50 grand. 4 units in Boynton Beach, Florida. Look at this. This is right down the street from us. Somebody should buy this asset. First thing you want to do with this asset is paint it. Something I'm going to paint. Paint it white. Get the paint off. I'll bet you it's concrete block. I'm going to guess this was built in 1978. Let's see when it was built. Prime Palm Beach County. Okay? Wealthiest county in America. Bang. Just bought an asset in. Dependable income stream. 2651. Let's see what the asset name is called. This little pig's been making money for freaking 50 years. 1984. I was off by 6 years. How did I know? How do I know what year it is? Because they haven't built 4 units since 1995. You don't build 4 units. If you were building that again today, you would put 400 units right there. Okay? Somebody's going to tear this down. It's called a land play. Another definition is called a land play. You're going to go buy the asset. It's going to make you 5 or 6% a year. Okay? You're going to wait for somebody to come in like Steve Ross. Look up any news on Steve Ross, Palm Beach. Palm Beach is going to become the freaking wealth capital of the United States of America. Wells Fargo just moved their offices from Denver, from New York, down into Palm Beach. Wells Fargo, yeah. Palantir just moved to Miami. King Griffin moved here with $58 billion from Citadel. Both Google boys, both Sergian, both of them moved down here. Who did? Zuckerberg just bought a $150 million house. Jeff Bezos spent $300 million on housing. Ken Griffin's building a $1 billion home. He did a $1.2 billion office building down here. And all this money's just gushing down here. Ron DeSantis just said he's going to get rid of property taxes. If that shit happens in the state of Florida, guys, you're going to have a flood of people from New York, Illinois. I'm just telling you about this deal. This is what I do every week with our mentorships, with our new people coming into our real estate club. We look at these flows and you can see how excited I got about this deal. These other deals I just kind of looked at, and this one really stops me, okay? Here's a deal in Monroe, Louisiana. You can buy this deal for $55,000. If the rents are $550, I don't know what they are. If they're $550, this is screaming with 13 grand down. You can buy this for 13 grand down, and you'll make 13% of your money. 13,000, 13%. Okay, you show me any bank or institution where you're going to make 1.5% a month of your money. You're not. But look, we need to be in Monroe, Louisiana to do that deal. And you better be from Louisiana, because the freaking roaches in Monroe, Louisiana are like that big. They will take your baby and fly off with them. We got 5 units in Cumberland, Maryland. We got, here's a deal you can do for 50 grand. I don't like that deal. Oh, it's 2 4-plexes. Yeah, I kind of like that deal. You can double bang it twice. Right? Okay, we got a deal in McAllen, Texas. Anyway, I can show you guys deals all day long. I only have 20 pages of these to show you. Y'all want me to show you some more deals? It's endless. Now, this is on one site, by the way. This site's available to everybody. You guys can go there. Just a warning. Remember the first thing I said today? Not the first thing, but the second thing. What's the second thing I said to you guys today? It's a little saying. Huh? You got it. Commit to it. Yeah, easy to get, hard to get rid of. Easy to get, hard to get rid of. Every deal that I've showed you right here, they're going to be easy to get, they're going to be very difficult. But it is a place to start. Now, if you're going to start with 4 units, I just want to warn you guys of a couple things. If you're going to start with 4 units, okay, you want to plan on doing 10 of them. That way you have 40 units. And you want to have them all in the same location. So if you're going to start with 4 units, low down payment, okay, you want to start with 4 units, you want to multiply, get to 10 of them, so that you can have 40 in the same location. Because what is the most important number of real estate? The number of units. So you guys have to plan to scale. I'm going to give you another warning here. If you're not going to scale, you're not going to develop the real estate. Become a passive investor. If you're not going to scale, like that deal in Boynton, you saw that deal in Boynton. I love that deal in Boynton. If you're not going to scale, okay, be passive. Be a passive investor like Jared. Jared's a passive investor. It doesn't make any less money about it. He gets the same tax write-offs. He gets the same benefits. He gets the same appreciation. He gets the same, all the benefits. Guess what he doesn't get? Bullshit. Bed bugs, termites, toilets, tenants, roof problems, plumbing problems, irrigation issues, tax issues, slip that hurts yourself stuff, kid trying to drown another kid in the pool. Like, it's an endless list of bullshit, okay? So it is a problem. So if you're not going to scale it, don't do it. I want to help you guys scale. Okay? I want to get you guys to do this. 4 units, 40 units, 400 units. How many of you like this idea? Hey, start with 4, go to 40, get to 400. Or let's just skip this one and do this right away for the first deal. Do one deal like this. Or let's just do the first deal at $400. This guy came into me today, okay? He's like, I want to put together 3,700 units in 7 years. I said, great, man, that's cool. I can help you do that. Or let's just go buy 3,700 units, and I'll fund it all. And we partner in it. Okay? Who likes that idea? By the way, who would like to be my partner in the deal? I'll provide the dollars. I'll provide the debt. I'll provide the network. You find the deals. Who's ready? And you can use my name. How good a deal is that? But I don't want to do 4 units. See? 4 units doesn't do anything. 40 units doesn't do anything. That does something for me. So what do I need from you guys? Okay, this is why we put this on this weekend. One, I want to help people, okay? I am driven to help people. I'm an educator. I wanted somebody to help me when I was getting in the game. Nobody helped me. It's like everybody kept the information to themselves. That's one reason. I want to help people. I have a natural inclination to be a teacher and an educator, and I do want to help people. I like helping people. It makes me feel good to help people. I love to hear your success stories. I love to hear you guys stop me in the streets and say, bro, I bought my first 40 units, or I bought my first 100 units, or this guy, he's already collected 500 units. He was in a treatment center 4 years ago for drug addiction. He was at one of our events. He busted out of the treatment center to come to the event, and he was, did he tell you? Yeah. Did you hear the story? Yeah. And the guy was literally like detoxing in the middle of the event, but it changed his life.
Oh, his cameras went dead for some reason.
tell me where the vet is, the good houses. I don't need you telling me about something in Indonesia. You've never been to Indonesia, okay? First thing you got to do is find an asset. This is, make a note here, 80% of the game is the asset itself. The rest of the list that I'm going to show you right now is nothing compared to that. This is where 80% of your time is going to be spent. Okay. Number 2, contact the broker. Contact the broker. Okay. Do not be intimidated by these people. They are broker than most of you. Until you get up in the food chain. Okay. When you get up in the food chain, these guys. Somebody at EXP or at I don't know, what's a real estate firm? Yeah, a little lower than that. Remax. Yeah. Like you're like, hey, I got some Remax. They're showing me 400 units. People at Remax do not sell 400 units. People at Remax have trouble selling one house. They don't even know how to show the backyard in the front. Not being brutal here, but it's true. Okay? You're going to contact the broker. Who are the brokers? Where are the brokers? Okay? There's a list of people that are brokers. In fact, you'll find them for those of you who took advantage of grantcardone.com/success. Anybody that took advantage of that stupid offer I put up, that opportunity, you get a whole list of all the brokers in the country. JLL, CBRE, Cushman Wakefield, Colliers, Eastdale, Newmark, all the list of all the power players is in that resource book, okay? And we try to keep that updated as much as possible, but sometimes they change. But the names, and I'm going to show you how to get them. It's a bad question. Well, there it is right there. You can see it. Can they see that?
Yeah.
Hi, Grant Cardone. I noticed this listing, 10 units, Federal Highway. I own assets in that market. I own 204 units called the Clubhouse, Wellington Clubhouse. 10X Wellington Clubhouse, 10 units. See, I'm not going to buy this, but I'm going to bring this to our club Wednesday. Say, guys, somebody should go buy this asset. Why don't you buy it, Grant? Why am I not buying it? Too small. Okay. But somebody else should buy it. Y'all should buy 10 of them right here. This is a great asset. It's already been built. You're going to buy the pay below replacement cost. How do you know that, Grant? How do you know? Dude, because everything is on sale right now. You guys don't know about this? It is time, baby. I'm Attila the Hun. I'm Alexander the Great. I'm born cost Persia. We're just taking over everything. This is your moment to buy real estate at a cheap price, at a discounted price below replacement cost. Okay? Third thing we're going to do here now, once I find a deal and I contact the broker, where's the broker? The broker was right here.
Short-term rental. It's actually a client of mine that developed all of the
Yeah, what cap rate is it as a multifamily though?
I'm probably going to be around the 6s, 6.5, because you can't rent them turnkey furnished, so you're going to definitely a higher rate than you typically would.
And then, what's his expectation on price?
I would say within about 10% of list.
What is that? What is the list? How do you see it?
We're at 287.
287.
Yeah.
How much? So how much is that? What is that? 287 a door?
Yes, we did actually discount our offer though at 2695. To be in the 9% cap range.
Oh wow. Okay. And then what's the short-term rentals? What are they getting for a short-term rental?
It really varies. I mean, average is around mid-hundreds, I would say, is occupancy. He's really not doing too much in marketing, so he's getting around 67, 68%.
Yeah. And how?
There's definitely
Let me ask you. When did it trade? Or did he build this?
Well, he did a full renovation on this a few years ago, so it just started operating. He just finished renovations about 24 months ago.
Yeah. And then, do you know what it traded for last time?
That I would have to double check. I want to say it was around 1.3.
Yeah. And then he spent. What do you think he spent on it?
He's put in a tremendous amount of money. That property was not available.
Yeah. Yeah. And how would you rate the location?
The location, it's really quite a bit. I would say right now it's like a B+ location.
Okay.
And a lot of the Palm Beach travelers are not too concerned over there at Avenue, which is just about 6 blocks away.
Yeah. And what do you think those monthly rentals would be if I just converted it back to long-term rental?
The one bedrooms, you should be able to that's around size of the background was this one.
Sorry, no problem. Appreciate you taking my call.
Of course, it was surprised to see you. You know me on a Saturday, but I always working.
Well, yeah, I'm always working.
Yes.
The deals are on the weekends. We find more deals on the weekends than any other time.
Yep, that's true. So for traditional rentals, I would say you would at least be around, the one bedroom's around 22 or so. You can probably push the 2 bedrooms that are quite large. You might be getting, I would say, maybe to 4,800 plus or minus.
Yeah.
These are fully furnished, so you can also cater to employee housing, which
Yeah.
quite a bit to them in that area.
Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna dig into this. I really appreciate your time. Hey, why is he selling right now?
He's in California and Palm Springs, renovating another hotel there. So that's just his model. He's pretty focused right now on the West Coast getting that project completed.
But why now? I mean, why? Because it's not great. It's not a great market right now.
I know, yeah, it's been fairly slow. He's just, an opportunistic seller at the end of the day. I've worked with him in the past, so he's a serious seller. So
Yeah.
he's going to use that capital and put it into the hotel there or use it elsewhere.
Yeah, and then if he doesn't get the expected, what is the expectation?
He was still, it depends if it's within the ballpark of it. And there's another opportunity he's looking at that would likely trigger him to let that go potentially at a lower price, which I'm actually working on him with some other deals as well in the area.
245,000 miles on this truck, plus 3.
Yeah, good. Okay, hey, thank you very much. Is there anything else you like better than this?
What do you
this
mean,
asset?
what, Chris?
I have, they're all a little bit on the smaller side right now. I have a really nice 24-unit value out of Boynton Beach. That's the beach. A lot of new development going on around there as well. Really nice property, just under an acre. About half of them are renovated. So there's opportunity there to just upon tenant turnover, renovate the other units. But the sellers still take really good care of the property, so there's no need different maintenance. So there's just a lot of upside there.
Yeah, what's the name of that?
So that's called the Palms. It's not on the market. I can send you my old package.
Okay,
I
good.
have it under contract in the fall. I'm sorry, not the fall. This is December actually.
Yeah, it fell out. It fell out. Yeah.
Yeah. It was interesting. It was an institutional group out of Boston. They do distribution down here. I was going to personally manage it, and there's like a 1,000 square foot. It's really like a single family home, but it's just used as a garage just for their cars.
Yeah.
And they were selling to their investors that they were going to get that into a 3-bedroom. Expected to get that answer from the city within 30 days, which is obviously just not achievable.
Yeah.
So they ended up moving it elsewhere because they're in a 1031.
Okay, cool. So look, make sure, I appreciate you calling me on a Saturday. Make sure you send me that file, and then I'm going to dig in on the 10 units, okay?
Sounds good.
Hey, thanks a lot.
I appreciate that.
Bye. Okay, so the reason you're calling the broker right here is you're learning about your marketplace. That's why you can't be calling 17 different marketplaces, because you'll never learn anything about anything. So you want probably maximum 3 markets that you're looking at. 3 markets that you're going to collect information in, where you're contacting brokers. So you want to combine all your searches. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of places to search. You want to combine your searches to your location, where you live right now. Even if you don't plan on buying there, that's where you should start. Research your own marketplace because you have familiarity with it, and then pick 2 other markets that you want to shop in. Probably within some vicinity of something that you actually understand, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is find an asset. I'll have assets. I'm on her list. She will send me assets. That's why I said I already have an ecosystem of people that work for me. I don't pay her unless I do a deal. And by the way, I don't pay her. The seller pays. Okay? She gave me all the information I wanted. I would dare any of you to get on a phone call with a broker and get them to tell you every piece of information. Last time I traded, why they're selling it, what if they don't get their number. She gave me a discount before I even asked for a discount. Okay? Like, she's telling me exactly what the deal is. I believe her, by the way. I think she's telling me the truth because I've talked to so many different people. This is what you have to perfect. You have to perfect talking to the broker. There's that 23-hour program of the basics on apartment investing. I'll bet you I spent 6 hours simply talking about how to contact that broker and to sell them, convince them that you're a real buyer. Okay, third thing we're going to do here is we're going to underwrite the deal. Notice I made a phone call on a deal. I didn't underwrite. This is why we created some of these tools. Now, I'm going to show you a tool that we created. How many units did she say that was? 10? Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Now, I'm able to remember all this stuff because...
Hey, Corey.
I'm an expert.
Top of the afternoon.
Okay. Is the underwriting calculator? I'm an expert, but I don't expect you guys to be an expert. So what we did was we created right now, we probably need to look at 1,000 units. 1,000.
Oh, I know why I said, oh shit.
To become an expert. So what we did
Because
was
somebody answered the phone on the weekend, and it's very rare when he's on a live
we're like, okay, let's create an app. Let's create a way for you to actually
that somebody answers.
You're like, why not? Because it's 10 units. One person leaves, you're at 90. Half a person never leaves. Can't lose half a person. So immediately if you say, oh, it's 95%, it's just 10 units, the math will never allow for a 90. It's always 95. It's going to be 90, 80, 70, 60, 40, 50, 40. They're moving out one at a time, okay? If it was 20 units and one person moved out, you'd be at 95. So you could have that. So there's just some stuff that we can accelerate your learning on. So I'm going to assume a 90% occupancy. I'm going to go to 30% expenses here. No, 35 to market. Palm Beach County is a little less expensive than Miami. It's nothing to do with real estate. Yet everybody spends all their time
into the price.
On the price.
Yes.
The number of units is the most important thing. Number 2, the short-term rental story that she told me, that's all bullshit. Right, deal on short-term rental. The lender's not going to give you that, okay? So now, imagine you're at home looking at this deal right now. You know Wellington. You know this location. By the way, I asked her what the location was like. You have to find that out. And notice how she kind of slow rolled. You definitely do not want this near. Okay, the more honest they are, the less chance there is of getting a good deal. You actually want somebody that's a little shady great. Believe it or not.
Because then you can go now.
I'm underwriting the deal. How many of you guys like to be able to underwrite a deal in 20 seconds while you're talking to them? By the way, I could underwrite that deal. You remember she mentioned something about non-cap? I'm going to put the non-cap in there. I pay $1.7 million. I'm going to put a 7.5 cap in here, 7.25 cap in there. Bang. I just underwrote it again at 2.2 million. Okay. I'm going to underwrite 80% occupancy because I lost 2 people, an 8% cap rate. I want to pay 1.87. I just underwrote the deal 5 times in under 5 seconds. I'm going to underwrite that the rents go to 2,800 because I rebranded it. I'm going to add 5% other income up about $1,000 a month, and now I can pay $2.2 million. I'm going to get my occupancy back to 90%, and now I can pay $2.6 million. I did that 6-7 different underwritings while I'm talking to her. Now I don't have to use this underwriter because my brain is the underwriter. Okay, I'm a maniac. Any more than Tom Brady needs an underwriting calculator to throw an 80-yard pass. Like he knows how to rock it out. Okay, where's my little thing? So underwriting, you got to underwrite the deal. How do I underwrite the deal? Okay. Now once I underwrite the deal, I'm sending her an LOI. If I was interested in that deal, I'd send her an LOI right now. Exactly how the LOI is written. By the way, for those of you who took advantage of the unbelievable, stupid success opportunity we provided you today, for those of you who want to go deep, grantcardone.com/success, you're going to see the actual LOI in your resource book.
It's a letter of intent.
It's letter of intent. Write an offer on page 16, exactly the way we would underwrite this deal. Written out for you. Obviously, you got to change, put your name, the name of the property, and the price, the due diligence period, the amount you're going to put down. Those terms would need to go in there. But that's written up for you, so you don't have to go to a lawyer and say, because by the way, you shouldn't. Stupid. A lawyer would charge you $2,500 to write this LOI up, and I just showed you how to do it for nothing. Okay, that's one article that you're going to write up. So then I'm going to say, hey, I need 30 days of due diligence, 30 more days to close. I'm gonna maybe need 45 days for loan approval. By the way, it's got to be subject to a loan approval. I might want 130-day extension. There's a time to ask for that and a time not to. 30, 45, what do I have? I have 135 days before I even need to close this deal. Plus, I'm probably going to get 15 to 21 days to get the PSA approved, which you guys don't know what that is, but I do, which is the purchase and sale agreement, which is, by the way, I forgot to tell you, that's also in our resource book because I'm so sick, I'm so generous, and I'm so good at the game, okay? Purchase and sale agreement, loan package, takeover, sell the deal, write an offer, page 55. Okay, our purchase and sale agreement. You could spend anywhere from $15,000 to $55,000 with a lawyer to get that purchase and sale agreement. There's no reason for you to do that if you have the bones of the agreement. Now, me and him have to get that agreement. I'm not worried about any of this, by the way, right now. I'm just worried about getting an LOI in. I'm not worried about my price. I'm not worried about the loan. I'm not worried about the approval. I'm not worried about the due diligence. I'm not worried about the gutters. I haven't walked the place, been to the place, done nothing. Boom, send an LOI out. The more LOIs you send out, oops, we're in the trees. The more LOIs we send out, dude, the more chances you got. We're trolling, okay, for great deals. Okay. What's the next thing I need to do? Man, we're 2 hours into this already? Jesus. Sorry. Too much information, too fast. Okay, now what are we going to do? Once I get the LOI approved, my next step is to get a debt quote. Now, you don't need to call the bank. See, this is what people don't. They don't know the sequence, so they're looking at a deal, freaking out. Am I going to get a loan? Am I going to get a loan? Who's going to give me a loan? What are they going to give me a loan for? Remember, okay, if a deal's $1 million,
Probably going to give
and you
you
have $100,000 down,
they're probably going to give you $100,000.
900 grand's coming from the lender. If you know for sure what lender will give you the deal, you don't need to be in fear in step 1 about the loan, or step 2, step 3, step 4. You don't need to be in fear or concern or stress about the loan when the truth is the loan. Can y'all get back to me? To the quote, to the wheel? You don't need to worry about this until number 6. Then what do we do? Oh, I'm gonna buy it for $1 million. I need 100 grand down. I'm gonna get a loan for 900. Now I go worry about my 100. Okay? I'm not even worried about the money right now. You guys are like, what are you talking about, bro? Do you think Elon's worried about what it's gonna cost to go to Mars? Or what it costs to board from New York City to London? Dude, he ain't worried about the money. You are. I would own $10 billion of real estate today, not 5. Okay, but I was too worried about, well, I got to do this, and I got to do this first, and I got to get money first, and I got to do this. No, you don't. You need to find a great asset. The great asset will always raise money.
Ahead,
Always.
keep
All right,
left.
I'm going to show you a deal right now. Let me show you this deal. Did y'all pull up? Did y'all give me the, can y'all give me the district? Okay, show me the district. I own 2,000 units in this direct marketplace. I don't want to do that. I just want this. Just one picture of the exterior of the building. Okay. Show me the boat. If you don't have a boat short, or you have the boat, you'll load. Okay. You have to do this. Yeah.
Go back to the
goddamn, dude. You have it. Yeah. Look, how sick is that? On a scale from 1 to 10, if 10 was sick, just write the word S-I-K. It's sick, okay? Bang. Now, I know the market. Okay, I know the market. I have 2,000 units in that market. I know the rent of every one of the properties within 6 blocks of that property. I know the location. I know the property. I know what it'll rent for. It's already occupied. An institution owns it. They paid $200 million when they bought it, and I'm probably going to buy it for $40 million less than they traded for it last time. And this is a major institution, one of the biggest names in the game.
After 800
They're going to give me the deal. I wrote the LOI
left,
already. I said,
keep
this is
left.
what I'll pay. We've gone back and forth a little bit. Boom. I am not worried about the money, by the way. Let me just tell you, full disclosure,
Keep
I don't
left,
have any
then
money right
keep
now.
left.
You know how empowering it is to know I'm going to go buy an asset that's worth $1/8 billion. That's what that's worth. Somebody else already built it. And I am going to worry about first the LOI. I need to get an agreement. If I don't get an agreement, I don't need to worry about a loan. If I don't get an agreement and I don't get a loan, I don't need to worry about raising money because there won't be any money. Everybody agree? Okay. So until I get the date, I don't need to worry about where we're going to. I need to make up everything right now. Okay. So right now, I need to believe in the asset. If the asset is unbelievable, it will always attract money. How many of you believe in that? If it's incredible, if Elon Musk takes SpaceX and Tesla public this year, money will flood in. It will be the highest raise in the history of the world. Why? Because they're great assets, or at least what people believe are great assets. So worry about the deal first, worry about the LOI second, then the underwriting, then the debt, okay, and then the dollars, okay? Now watch how it breaks down. I'll show you how to simplify this thing and how do you eat an elephant. One bite at a time. $160 million for the real estate. I know it will get a loan for at least $100 million. And I already know who's going to lend me the money, by the way. How many of you like to know who will automatically say yes on this deal, regardless of whether it's you buying, or Jared buying, or Annie buying, or Boo-Boo? It will not matter. You guys understand? This person could have bad credit, have a bankruptcy in their records, in their history. They could not have a job. The person that gets this loan could not have a job, be bankrupt. You have to be a U.S. citizen, okay? But short of that, dude, you're going to get approved for this loan every time. Why? Because of the asset, not because of you. See, when you go to get a loan, you got a little hair extension business, or a salon, or a cosmetology, or you're a dentist. You're going to go to the bank and get a loan on that business. They're going to look at that business. Okay? When you get a loan on that building right there, the one I'm showing you, there's a beast behind me. They see it. Because I see it the whole time. Okay? See, they're not giving me a loan on my business. They're giving me a loan on that building, that asset, that NOI. Okay? And I know based on the NOI of this building, they're going to give me, because I know how they underwrite things, at least $100 million. So now what do I need to worry about? I need to worry about how to get $60 million. Now, if you've never done a deal before, you're like, $160 million, I'm going to get a loan for $100 million, I got to get a loan for $60 million, that's impossible. Just take the zeros off. So $160,000, you're going to get a loan for $100, you need $60 grand. Okay? Oh man, I can get $60 grand. deal that's worth 160. But I showed you earlier how to do this. If it's $160,000 deal and it's only 4 units, you only need to put $9,000 in. And I guarantee you'll get a loan on this deal.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, you just need to know what the rules are on this loan. If you don't know what the rules are on this loan, if you don't know that they have a mandate to give this money out, then you're not going to know this deal.
So, and I just I can see in the chat, I can feel it, that you guys are all asking this question. Well, who's just going to give me money? Why would somebody give me money? Okay? When you put money into a bank account, a savings account, or even a money market account, the rate of return that you earn on that money is virtually nothing. So anybody that has any money is interested in earning more than they can in a bank. And so all you have to do is find great deals that have good returns. Again, if it's a 7% return, the bank pays you 0.0025. They pay you nothing. And so this is an opportunity for people that have a little bit of money to go, I want to put this money where I'm going to earn more money than I'm earning at the minute. So it's a total opportunity for anybody with money. $50,000 or $100,000 or $500,000 or $1 million, you don't want that sitting in a bank making 0.0025%. You want to try to get that somewhere where it can earn 5%, 6%, 7%, 8%, and have the stability and the collateral of a real asset, which is real estate. And so the money finds great deals, always. Whether it's the debt, because the bank wants to lend money on a good deal, or it's the investors because they want return on their money.
You see, this number right here, this is the easiest part of the deal. This loan is a mandate by the federal government through a subsidized entity, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, to lend money. They're going to lend $188 billion. That is 20% more than last year. Massive number. Okay? They have a mandate to get this money out, guys. Like a bus is coming through town. It's a public bus is coming through town. It stops at the street. They're like, why did it stop there and offer me a ride? It's got a mandate to stop there in front of my house and give people a ride. Like you didn't have to pay for it. You already paid for it, by the way. It's called property taxes. And you guys are like, well, where's this money coming from? This money's coming from savings accounts that Jared talked about. Jared is saving, you guys, all of you guys, just put in the chat, how much money do you have in a savings account right now? Savings, money market, retirement account, IRA, 401k, insurance, MetLife, New York Life, State Farm, Allstate. How many of you have money in a bank account and or some deposit? Just put the amount in that. 5 million, 50,000, 400 grand. Look at all the qualified people here. 8,000, zero. You don't have zero, Nathan. You don't. You have something. There's no way you have a checking account with nothing. You have something. By the way, even if you didn't have any money, you got a bicycle at the house, a motorcycle, an old car, clothes. You got some skateboard. You have shit sitting around your house right now earning nothing. Okay? What we do is we throw that in the pot. And that becomes my cash to buy this asset. Remember, this asset can be bought for $9,000. You guys just got to figure out how to come up with the $9,000. You drug addicts know how to come up with $9,000. You know how the junkie knows how to come up with $9,000. He's lost complete respect in the community. Nobody trusts him. He's a complete deadbeat. He hadn't worked in 7 years, and he always comes up with the money. Why? Because he can do whatever it takes. He's got an addiction. Okay? So you guys are not addicted to your success in life. Real estate is the greatest success addiction hack in the world. Okay? Because I have to have the funding. The deal has to get done. If you have money, if you have $10,000, let me just explain to you how money works. If you have $10,000 sitting at Wells Fargo right now, you deposit the money at Wells. On your balance sheet, that is an asset. Okay? On the other side, this is Wells Fargo. This is a liability. You have $10,000 in the bank. That's your deposit. It's an asset. The other side is this is a liability to Wells Fargo. How does Wells Fargo diminish the liability they have with this checking account? They lend the money out. When it becomes a loan to Grant, hey Grant, would you like to borrow this $10,000? Okay, Natalie dropped. It's a liability for us, so we want to lend you the money out. Why? Because the bank is in the business of lending money, so they lend me the money, and then it becomes, guess what? An asset on Wells Fargo's financial statement. But guess what? They don't lend it out one-to-one. They call 9 other people. They can't lend me her money 9 times, but they can lend that $10,000. Oops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They can lend it to Rhett, to Jared, to Grant, to Lena, to Sherry, to Allison. Like 9 different people can get a loan for $9,000 each. Now, how much did she put in? You have 10. They can lend all 90% of this 9 times. Okay, 9,000. And guess what? How many different assets do they have now? Does the bank have? This is why the banking system is so screwed up. This is why you have bank failures every 12 or 15 years, okay? This bank now, 9 times, okay? All of this money is getting invested. Now, I just showed you a $10,000 deposit. How many deposits you think, how much cash do you think is deposited in banks in America today? Whether you guys know it or not, you're already invested in my real estate. All you guys that save money, every one of you guys that save money, your daddy taught you, oh, save your money, save your money, save your money, save your money. All of you guys are investing in my assets right now. You just don't know it. You're investors without the benefits, okay? How much money is in money markets in the United States of America? What do you think? Guys think the numbers? MetLife, New York Life. Okay, look up MetLife. Somebody look up MetLife. How many assets?
MetLife is phenomenal.
Where do you think most insurance companies invest all their premiums? The car insurance,
$600 billion.
okay. MetLife is $600 billion in assets. Where do you think all that? Huh?
$800 billion.
Okay, New York Life, $800 billion. Guess what? The number one asset these two companies have. This New York Life and MetLife, you never hear about it. They're trillion-dollar companies, almost trillion-dollar companies, and you don't even hear their name. You hear Google, you hear Meta, you hear all these big names. You never hear these people. These are the money makers on the planet. Okay. Most of their investments are in multifamily. Okay. They're going to have to pay off debt penalties, car wrecks, health claims. Where do you think all those premiums come from? Those premiums every month you pay $200-300 a month. Tens of millions, 354 million people in America paying a premium for Allstate, State Farm, nationwide on your side. MetLife, New York Life. Okay, some of these people won't even advertise. They're so big. They're so freaking big. They're like, we ain't advertising nobody. We don't even want them to know we exist. They pour all this money into these properties. Then you got CalPERS, pension funds, sovereign funds, government, Harvard's got $85 billion in endowments. $58 billion in endowments. Guess where most of Harvard invests their money? In real estate. Multifamily, retail. If you go to the Harvard campus, you'll drive to Harvard campus, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then go around the Harvard campus and all you're going to see is all the little woke shops, the Starbucks, the Whole Foods, the Trader Joe's, the tattoo shop. Guess what? They're all renters. Cash flow. Okay. Here's where you guys should be investing. One, you should have a good person. You should be a good person. Invest in yourself first. There's 3 things you should invest in. Invest in yourself. Number 2, invest in your business, whatever your business or your brand is. Like everybody's a business, everybody's a brand, everybody has some skill set. And then the third thing you guys should all invest in, everyone should invest in this shit, is real assets that cash flow. Okay? They're in your neighborhood. Real estate. I'm not telling people to go buy. I'm not telling people to buy Bitcoin or gold. watch it a second time, stop it, go have dinner, go back. You can watch it over and over and over again. Okay, it's a beautiful program. Where to start, how to get started, what to look for, how to underwrite, how to call the broker, how to do the math. You can watch it over and over with your family. We're also going to give you the resource book so you can follow along in our home study manual. I'm going to offer a strategy call. We have 50 strategy calls. Okay, we're going to exhaust these here in a second. If you want to take advantage of a strategy call, okay, and you want to talk to somebody in our office and say, dude, is this really going to work for me? When you take advantage of the opportunity, grantcardone.com/success, I'm going to include that. We're doing all that for $297. And, you know, Jared, I can't help myself. I can't help myself, okay? I can't help myself because I got to do this, okay? I did a program to show them the Cardone capital raising, $10,000 program. I did this 2-day course. On capital raising. Now we've raised $2 billion direct from the marketplace. I am the #1 most successful crowdfunder, individual crowdfunder on planet Earth. We did a 2-day course. It was $10,000. Okay, remember the parts of the deal. Let's say you found a $400,000 deal. If you guys knew you could raise money, if you knew for sure you could raise the money, would you do bigger deals? Yes or no? If you knew you could raise money. Exactly. If you knew for sure, and you're like, yeah, but my mom doesn't have any money. My dad doesn't have any money. My kids don't. My cousins. Dude, you're not going to raise your money from your family. You could, but that's not really where the money's going to come from. It's probably going to come from some other people. Okay. So this is what I want to do for everybody that took advantage. I love people that take it. That go fast. I love people that believe in themselves. So for everybody that already took advantage of grantcardone.com/success, I'm going to give you this 2-day course that I did. Okay, how many hours is that? It's 1 day. I'm sorry, 1 day. It's a 1-day course. It's about 8 hours long. 1 day on how to raise capital. Okay.
And everybody paid $10,000 in the room.
Everybody in that room paid $10,000. We recorded it and we edited it. I'm going to give that to everybody that took advantage of the call already, the resource book, the 23-hour course, the home study manual. I'm going to include this along with the resource book and home study manual. I'm going to include with the workbook the 1-day capital raising workshop. You will absolutely love this because I'm telling these people and working with them to build scripts that we use to raise capital and know who to go to, how to pitch the deal, how to show the deal, what to offer, what the splits should be. See, because when you start raising money, okay, imagine you go raise, let's say there's $40 million in real estate, you raise $10 million. You get paid a fee to manage that $10 million. You're becoming a bank. Okay? Well, what's the splits and the promotes and the fees? What should that look like? I'm going to share all that with you in that program. Okay? All right. But remember, it's not the first thing to worry about. By the way, it's grantcardone.com/success, grantcardone.com/success. I didn't even finish the sequence, the deal sequence. If you don't do this in the right sequence, you guys are going to screw up just like you would a recipe. Okay? You can't take the chocolate chips, not put it in flour, put it in the oven, and think you're going to come out with cookies. Okay? If you just have a piece of the puzzle and you don't know the right order, you're going to screw up the recipe. Okay? Now, once we raise equity, what did I do here? I'll find a deal. Then what do I do? Call the broker. 3. Then what do I do? Underwrite. Okay? 4th thing I'm going to do? I'm going to do the LOI. These are all little abbreviations. 5th thing I'm going to do? I'm going to get a deck quote. All right, now what bank to call? How many of you'd like to know? Dude, I'm only calling 2 banks, and they're both going to tell me yes. Okay? When I started, I didn't know. I went to banks that would never give a loan on this. Hey, what do you think about this? No, we don't do that, or we won't do that, or this is not a good time, or don't you know? This is a terrible deal. I went to the 3rd bank. The 3rd bank's like, this is a great deal. We'll give you the money. In fact, we'll give you more money than you even thought. Then I get a debt quote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6. Now I go hated schools.
I love school.
I had 500 units. 500 units within 3 months of learning the material. 500 units within 3 months of learning what I'm sharing with you right now. And I didn't even know what I was doing yet. Okay? The seventh thing I'm going to do in the sequence, and it's supposed to be helping me right now. Close it. Eighth thing I'm going to do, I'm going to manage. What does
No.
managing mean?
No.
Managing means I'm going to raise the rents. I'm going to manage the property. I'm going to rebrand it. I'm going to take care of the tenants. And if it's 4 units, you're the manager. If it's 8 units, you're the manager. If it's 16 units, you're probably got a manager. If you're in California, you'll be forced to give one of the units up to an on-site manager. And you want to be there, buddy. You do not want to be the manager. If you're at 32 units, you're probably going to have a manager there and give 1 unit to a cop. And be smart to do that. If you're at 64 units, you're going to have a manager on property, an engineer, a landscaper on payroll. You're going to have 1 cop on the north side of the building for a unit and a second cop on the south side if you're smart. That means you don't have 32 units, you only have 30. Actually, you only have 29. So you'll never be at 95, but you're always going to be at 93 because you're going to get 3 units away. If you go from 32 units to 64 units, you're going to have 2 cops, 4 people working on the property, and you're never going to have to worry about going there or managing it because you've got enough staff to do that. If you can get to 150 units, you can go to Hawaii and the shit's going to run. Do 10 of them that are 150. You got 1,500 units, making you 15 or 18 or 20,000 a month. You can go to Hawaii, Fiji, Thailand, and just freaking keep doing the ookie dookie. You know what I'm saying? Just stay out there forever. You get 14,000 units, and you're an idiot like me because you spend your weekends helping other people do what you do. You feel obligated. Okay. Now, what's the last thing you do right here? Number 9, you exit. This will determine whether you become a billionaire or not. If you do the dumb shit that the middle class does, you'll sell your asset, pick up your money. The second dumbest shit you'll do is 1031. I told you about earlier. It's actually dumb. You're just going to be enticed by the tax advantage. If you're smart, you will do none of those. You will basically do the rocket refi, boom, get my money back, put it on a 7 or 10 year schedule, borrow against your assets that go up in value, and keep rolling this, okay? There's a 4th exit you can do, which is what all the giants have done, which is they go public with their entity because they scaled so they can go public and they become Samsell that owns residential REITs or Camden or Avalon, or New York Life or MetLife. They're publicly traded companies that are worth hundreds of billions of dollars, trillions of dollars. Okay? All right. Now what do you do now? You find a deal. I see this deal, driving by this deal, bang. What are you going to do when you see this deal? This deal is in your marketplace right now. That deal has been sitting there 40 years, earning money. Okay? There's another deal. Is it a good deal or not? I don't know. What do you need to know? Is it a good neighborhood, good schools? Do people want to live there? Are there jobs there? What kind of rent will it support? Does it need a new roof? Does it need new plumbing? Does it need new shape? Could it be rebuilt? Is it a land play, a cash play? Should it be a 5%, 7%, 9%, 12%? I don't know. Okay? How about this deal? When you run across a deal like I did, are you going to even know? Or are you just clueless, unconscious, hypnotic, driving through the world, seeing nothing and no opportunities? If you don't know what you're looking for, you're not going to see it. Okay? You cannot see what you can't see. This stuff is all around you. The largest asset class on planet Earth, the largest asset class on planet Earth is valued at $390 billion. Guess what it is? I'm sorry, not billion. Trillion. Okay, what is it? The largest. The next closest is gold. It's 30 trillion. This is the largest opportunity on planet Earth. You live in it or you pay for it. One of the two. You're either living in it and paying for it, or you're investing in it and it's paying you and how you live in your life. This is the most obvious, no-brainer investment on the planet. People are worried about whether they're you're going to learn AI. Bro, just learn this. AI ain't replacing this. You still have to have replacement. Amazon's not going to replace this. Facebook ain't going to replace this. Okay? What's going to happen in these units is these units are going to go vertical. They're going to get bigger, better locations, better amenities. They're probably going to get smaller, not bigger. Okay? 11% of all millionaires today, okay? 11% of all millionaires today choose to what, Eric?
Invest.
To rent. These are not poor people renting. You guys understand this is the biggest opportunity in your lifetime? Okay? 1/3 of Americans are called baby boomers. Average age of a baby boomer. 60, 58, huh? 62 to 80, okay? What do you think these people are doing? You think they're renters or buyers? Home buyers. They're renters, man. These people don't even know where they live anymore, okay? This guy's he's going to senior housing. You understand? He's going to a place where somebody can take care of him because he can't wipe his own ass anymore. He's going to a place where he can't remember his name. He's going to a place where all they do is handle dementia cases. This is going to be tremendous numbers of people. Millions. We have about we got 340 million people in this country. 120 million people in this market. Somewhere between 75 million and 120 million baby boomers in America. Now, the other third is the young people. We got 1/3 of America that are retiring. 10,000 people a day retire. You think you got 1/3 of the people who want to sell their home. They're like, take the house, mow the lawn, fix the fence. My sister's 77 years old. She does not want to own that house. My other sister is 82. She cannot take care of her own damn kitchen anymore. She doesn't want this. These are just heavy assets for them, and they require a lot of money. Okay, 1/3 of Americans are Gen what? What is that, Gen
X.
These people are not even qualified to buy. And if they were, they're like, I don't want to. Seco. 11% of the people are millionaires. Brian Seco, on the beach, the condo is probably $5 or $6 million. It pays $10 grand a month. Okay, to finance $6 million at today's interest rates would cost about $31,000 a month. He's paying $10 grand. It'd be $31,000 a month and $5,000 for HOA fees. Brian is stealing the place. Okay, so what am I telling you? You guys have to learn this game. If you want to create real wealth in your lifetime, you need a couple of things. Okay? You need assets that benefit from inflation. You need cash flow. 3 things you have to get rich in this country. Or 4 things actually. Okay? You need write-offs. Okay? And the 4th thing is you need savings. Asset. Real estate, the buildings I've been showing you, the whole list, all those buildings that I went over all over the country and showed you. Okay? I can pick any city right now. Cleveland, I can show you again. You need an asset. An asset is a real asset. You could have gold, you could have silver, you could have Bitcoin, you could have cash. Cash is an asset. But what happens with cash? It goes down in value. Always goes down in value. Say print more, it drops in value, right? So you could have gold. Okay, yeah, but gold doesn't. Cash flow. It doesn't cash flow. It doesn't provide you with cash flow, okay? Wealthy people have lots of cash flow. They don't just have assets. The wealthiest of the wealthy have assets they never have to sell because they have free cash flow over here funding their lifestyle. See, if you just have an asset and no cash flow, you're going to have to sell this asset to get cash. So the wealthy have assets that are real, cash flow that comes in, and they know how to pay the IRS. They don't pay taxes. The richest people on this planet pay 0. This is why Donald Trump didn't want to show his tax return. It wasn't that he paid too little. He didn't know how to explain that he got 120 million back. And they're like, well, you don't pay enough. He's like, shit, that ain't the issue. The issue is, how did I get $120 million back? Okay. The fourth thing you have to do is escape. Okay, this is what I want to do for everybody. Okay, I want to
Top of
figure
the
out how to
afternoon, Alar.
Okay? And that means you have to have, if you're still taking notes, how to win in real estate means you have to first start with the right thing. Okay? Two, you have to start with the right asset class. Not all assets are created equal. Okay? You got to start with the right deal. Like, what's a good deal? Okay? What's a good deal? What's a bad deal? What's a marginal deal? What's a perfect deal? What's a guaranteed home run? What's a crushing? Okay? Like that deal I did in Boca Raton. We paid $230 million. I think we're going to make $200 million. Like, how are you so confident? I just know. I know my man. I know as soon as I hit this number right here, here's my exit. I think I can get that score. Okay? But you don't know it. If you don't know it, you can't tell the story to your investors. Okay? So one, I need the right deal. Two, I need the right asset class. It needs to have enough scale in the right location. Number three, what price do I pay? These are the three things, the handful of things you have to figure out. What price can I pay that suggests it's a good deal? Make a note on number three, buddy. You cannot make money on a deal you don't own. If you don't own it, you can't make money on it. And what that means is this. Sometimes you're going to go too low and not get number one and number two. You're going to miss number one and number two because you went too low because you think price is the most important thing. You need to know what price to pay, but you also need to know you don't lose it over 40 grand. Number four, right time. When is the right time to buy a deal? Okay? Like during COVID, they said the wrong asset class was retail, and I thought about it. I said, oh, retail's wrong. Retail went up. It didn't go down. They were wrong about COVID. During COVID, well, part go down when all the headlines were nobody's going to pay their rent. Okay? You want to be in the right asset class. Office.
Between 2020 and 2023, it was a return to lenders following a default on a
It was $558 million. Somebody's going to walk in, they're going to pay $50 million for the place. It's going to be worth $558 million. It's just weird, guys. It's just, real estate does it. Okay? It's got these cycles. And you want to write this down. Real estate gets sick, but it never dies. It gets sick, man. You know, all the tenants leave. Okay, guess what? It's still there. Imagine owning a 16 chapel since 1400. Okay? Imagine Michael Jackson. See, Michael Jackson is an asset. He was a flawed human being. Maybe not. Maybe that was just butcher propaganda. Okay, but he was a human being. While he was alive. If he performed, he could make money. Today, he's not a human being. He's a performance act twice a day. The cash flows twice a day. It's an asset. What's he worth today? He's worth 10 times what he was worth when he was alive. He was bankrupt when he was alive. Today, he's probably worth $500 million. $2 billion and growing. Okay? The Sphere in Las Vegas, it will never go away. It's a money loser today. I guarantee you. Look what the Sphere, the big Sphere. He was worth negative $500 million. Today the estate's worth $2.2 billion. And it'll be worth $10 billion one day.
The Sphere was 2.3 to construct.
They spent $2.3 billion. What did they raise on the new show they're doing there? The Oz, which I can't wait to go see.
Oh, I know.
Okay, look at how many tickets they sold just for the Oz. See, the Sphere is a piece of real estate.
$290 million.
They sold $290 million. $290 million worth of tickets on the Wizard of Oz in like 3 days. Okay, why am I telling you? It's an asset. You're like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write the next Wizard of Oz. No, you ain't. And fucking shit ain't gonna happen. Okay, you ain't that talented, and neither am I. But guess what? You can buy a piece of real estate. You can buy a piece of real estate down the street from the Sphere for under replacement cost. The cash flows today. It gives your investors a tax write-off. If you were in Vegas and you knew that market, that's what you would be doing right now. Because you know it's the right time. This is the time to buy real estate, folks. There's $3.2 trillion of assets going back to the banks right now. You guys aren't paying attention to it because you're too worried about the Jeffrey Epstein files. Dude, quit paying attention to this nonsense.
Hey,
This shit is
John.
on sale. Somebody's buying this stuff right now. Okay? Number 5, you got to get the right debt.
Niagara
You have to use
John,
debt. You've
top
been
of
listening
the
to Dave Ramsey.
afternoon.
You're like, I can't use debt. Debt, all debt is bad debt. Okay, good. Well, listen to Jeff and listen to little man. Okay? Join the church of no debt, and you will remain in the church of people that never. Jared bought a $3 million house. Okay, he put some money down, a down payment. So you guys that own homes, y'all need to get all your equity out of your house.
Oh my.
House you own right now, you think it's a good deal? Your mom made a bunch of money in the house. She could have made 10 or 20 or 30 times more money investing in the kind of assets I'm talking about. He put what you have, 600. He put $600,000 down. Now he's got to finance $2.4 million plus 1.2 for
This is not a good deal.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So he's got to finance $2.4 million. Today it would be 5%. So he's paying $120,000 in interest every year. Just interest. Forget the principal. He's paying $10,000 a month in interest to the bank. Bank's like, you deserve a house, Mr. Jared. You're making a lot of money. Let's give you a house. You and Sandy, the kids deserve a house. Y'all need a house. He put $600,000 down plus $1.2 million. This money will never earn any money, by the way. Okay? This cost him $10,000 a month. And guess what? He can't write any of this off. Now watch this. Saying $3 million. $3 million. By the way, that $1.2 million he spent doing all that bullshit in the backyard with the screens and the mosquito shadows and the swimming pool and all that. He can't write any of that off. Now watch this. He could have bought a $3 million piece of real estate. On day 1, not day 2, on day 1, he could have written off $1.2 million in appreciation. On the day he bought it, he would have got a $1.2 million loss. He would have put the same $600,000 in. Okay? This $2.4 million that costs $120,000 a year in interest, that's a tax write-off. All of it, property taxes, he pays what, $60,000 a year in property taxes? Tax write-off. Everything he does on that property, on this one, nothing he does here is a tax write-off, except for the first $750,000 of loan amount, $40,000 of interest he can write off a year. Guess what he can write off a year? All of it, all the maintenance, all the HVAC, the new movie studio, the new stove tops, pool, tile, everything. And guess what he gets? Then he gets this one book as a top. And it would have cash flow. It wouldn't cash flow a lot, but a lot more than what he earned in the deal he's in right now. He probably earned $5,000 a month. He'd earn $5,000 a month to write off $1 million a year off his earned income and $120,000 in interest and everything that he spent money on. See, Donald Trump, how many homes you think Donald Trump owns? Who knows how many homes Donald Trump owns?
He owns half of
Because he don't
Brooklyn.
own any homes.
His corporation does.
He owns country club. And he lives there. You know, he said, why would I pay anybody? I'm gonna live where I'm at, and I'm gonna cash flow where I is. And I'm gonna get big tax write-offs, and I'm gonna control my environment, and I'm gonna be the king wherever I go. And if he wants to travel someplace in the world, then guess what? Okay? Then he goes and stays there. There's nothing wrong, guys, but you go on a trip to Hawaii, you're gonna buy a house, or you're gonna rent a hotel room. There's nothing wrong with renting.
sorry.
We're going to give you a free strategy call as long as I can fit it in today. You'll actually get on the phone with someone today. The multifamily dictionary that you can get from us, I'm going to include that. Also, the underwriting calculator that I promised, as well as the first 50 people a one-on-one strategy call. We're actually going to extend that to the next to another 50 people. We've already seen
Goodbye, Pennsylvania. See you in about 6-7 days.
Is your phone number? They schedule it.
They'll schedule it.
So as soon as you take advantage of the opportunity, grantcardone.com/success, it's $297. Also, I said I would give you a capital raising video course. It's a $10,000 program, 6 hours. I'm on stage with Ryan Secco and Andres Dishwarren, and where we actually go over the structures, the funding, how to get money, where we raise it from, the promotes, the offers, etc. And yeah, freaking awesome.
Welcome to Ohio.
You know what?
Goodbye, Pennsylvania.
And okay, for anyone that has never been to one of our live real estate trainings, okay, what's the date? 13th and 14th, Fort Lauderdale. If you're willing to travel, I'll give you the seat. It's a $5,000 seat. This is for everybody that's already taken advantage of this. If you already took advantage of this, I just want to, I always do this with my kids. My kids, I play these little games with my kids, okay? Whichever one of my kids does it first, the right thing first, is going to get rewarded first. The second person does it, get rewarded. So I'm like, dude, I like speed, man. Anybody that already took advantage of the grantcardone.com/success and you took advantage of this stupid offer, I'm also going to include, as long as you're willing to travel over here, a $5,000 seat to our 2-day live real estate summit. This is as long as I have seats available, okay? So this is not forever. I don't have, we have a hotel room with the seats. So when I run out of seats, we run out of this. And I'm going to end this today, so this is not going to be something I'm going to advertise tomorrow or next day. You're not going to go on an ad on Google or
Yeah, right.
see me advertising. So if you want to take advantage of it, it's a super crazy offer. grantcardone.com/success, and I'll include the 2-day seat. If you can't make this, you didn't pay for it. So I'll give you your money back for it.
Yeah.
Because you didn't do that, which is zero. So if you don't use it, okay, I'll give you your money back for it because you didn't pay for it. Which means I don't, because you didn't lose anything. If you can come down though, okay, if you can come down for it, it'll be super cool. You'll meet me, you'll meet the team.
Most important, meet a bunch of other
you're going to meet, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, like the beautiful thing about the event, like we run these events multiple times throughout the year, and we have people that come to the event every time because new people are coming to the event every time. We've said it 1,000 times today. Real estate's a team sport. You need to be around people. You need to get connected with people. You're going to need investors. You're going to need debt partners. You're going to need to know what property management company to use. You're going to need legal. You're going to need insurance agents. Like you're going to need other things.
And you're going to need to see other people winning that look like you. Okay, you guys watch me and you're like, yeah, we can do it. It's because I did. And I am. So what happens is you guys are like, oh yeah, but you did it. Yeah, you need to see somebody sitting next to you that just finished doing a deal and they're not me. They look like you. You know, Jana. Do you have?
Yeah.
I want to show you guys some of the people that come to our events and what they've done. This is not about me, by the way. I want you guys to know this is not. My kid can do this. My 16-year-old kid can find a piece of real estate and do the exact formula as long as you learn it. Go ahead, play this. No watches, no fancy shoes. You understand that? That's the wrong one. They'll show it to you here. But this is this is the thing I'm most proud of right here. These are regular people. These are regular, everyday people. Jana, come on.
The time and the energy to get the confidence
play
of the
back to the beginning, guys. Okay. not that complicated. Okay. Jana, how many units does Jana own now?
20, yeah.
Jana, she's 40 years old. Husband.
Hi everyone, my name is Regina Robinson. What my real estate portfolio has grown from is just single family homes, and now I am an investor in 452 doors, a couple different states.
My name is Jason Attila. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. From zero doors to I have over 1,100 doors now. It has absolutely changed our life.
Hey, my name is Matthew Tyke. I'm from Austin, Texas. Before I joined, I had about 60 properties ranging from single family to small commercial deals. After joining, I've acquired close to 1,000 doors. I also have another 1,200 doors under contract right now.
Hey, I'm Jana Usselton from Dallas, Texas. We had 0 doors before we started, and now we're over 2,500, over 200 million in assets.
Hey, my name is Jake Sisk. I was just a college student, didn't own any commercial real estate, no doors, no real estate. We've scaled up to a portfolio of just under $10 million in less than 3 years.
Hey, my name is Alex Lovely, and I went from 12 units to 800 units. I've tripled my income. My name is Peter Okiki. I pretty much knew nothing about real estate. I currently invested as a limited partner in a deal that has 214 units in San Antonio. The amount of information you get for the price that you pay is just simply unmatched. For sure, is something that I would like 100% recommend.
Okay, good. So those are regular people, folks. Okay, by the way, your kids should be learning this right now. Your kids, the most important thing your kids can learn right now is how to own assets in their community so they have control of their community. Right? So I want to own the block. I don't want to own a house. I don't want to own one house, dude. Like, I don't want all my money in one house. I want to own the entire neighborhood. And I'll rent some swanky place down the street, and the income from the neighborhood pays for my swanky place. Now, for all of you saying, well, why should I do this right now? Well, let me tell you why you should do this right now. You are in the greatest real estate correction in my entire career. I've never, ever seen what's happening right now. We have inventory exploding. I just spent $10,000 for a seat at a 3-day NMHC. Go to NMHC, National Multi-Housing Conference, NMHC. You should join there. You can get data from all over the country. Once a year they have a big event there. 25,000 real estate investors go there. 25,000 brokers. I paid $10,000 for my seat. I flew across the country. Yeah. Is it a members only?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah. So I'm a member there. I don't know what I spend a year for the membership, but anyway, I bought a ticket to go to be around 25,000 people, brokers, investors, capital stack, equity people, blah, blah, blah. I've been going to this for 5 or 6 years now. Because the inventory supply is coming available this year. It's in the hundreds of thousands of units. This is not just what I'm showing you. Like, I'm going to show you right now. This is the inventory supply in the United States. Can you show this screen? For just multifamily. That's just multifamily. These are not 4 units. Okay, I showed you 4 units earlier. This is everything above 5. This is 5 to 500 units across the country. Okay, so inventory supply. Why does that matter? Because when supply goes up, price goes down. Supply and demand. The more supply we have, the less the price is going to be. Okay. Number 2, interest rates. If you guys have noticed, in the last 60 days, mortgage rates are down to 4-year lows. Most people don't really know this is happening right now. It's still not low enough. But Trump wants these rates to go down. Okay? May 2026, we get a new Fed chairman. Very, very important. Okay? A new Fed chairman that wants rates to go down. When rates go down, cash flow goes up. The lower the rate, the better for the real estate market, okay? This window, I believe this window only stays open 15 months and closes. I think from May to September of 28, and it's over. Okay? You have about 15 months, and this might be the last chance you ever have to buy real estate in your lifetime. Okay, number 4 reason. They're going to print money. They're going to print. They're going to print maybe $7 trillion, which is what we printed during COVID. Why would they print? What does that mean? When you print dough, okay, when you print money, the value of money goes down. If this goes down, what goes up? Real assets go up, okay? As you print more money, the value of the money goes down because the value of real assets, gold, silver, Bitcoin, investment assets, stocks, all those things go up, okay, as you print more money, okay? Last thing, number 5. You got 350 million people in this country that need to place in. And Trump's going to talk about affordable housing. We're going to build affordable housing. You cannot build affordable housing in America. That is just not even something that's possible. There's no such thing as affordable housing. Okay, now I'm working with the Trump administration. I had some people in my office 3 weeks ago that asked me for ideas about how to solve this housing problem. This is the affordability problem. Just telling you guys, giving you guys the insight. I was at Mar-a-Lago 3 days ago. Senator Bernie Moreno was in my office 3 weeks ago. And I pitched them an idea about 3 ideas, okay? I don't know if this matters to this. I think it kind of matters. You don't think so? No, you don't think so? Oh, yeah. Accelerated depreciation. Can you pull it up? Can you pull up the accelerated depreciation for single-family homes? Now, if you've never been to one of these before and you've listened to me talk about this, I always tell you guys don't do single-family homes. But I told Trump, I said, what you ought to do is you ought to offer the accelerated depreciation to a single-family home. So when somebody buys a $400,000 house, I've always told you guys not to buy single-family homes. And I'm going to tell you right now, if this law gets passed right here, you should go buy a single-family home. Okay? Because what's going to happen is when Jared bought that $3 million home, if the law changes to where he can accelerate depreciation on that, he would have been able to write off $1.5 million when he wrote it off. So if that law changes, I'm just telling you, you'd want to go there. What laws have changed already, and Jared brought this up earlier, is the Fannie Mae 5% loans, okay? Those are going to go away. When you exhaust that 5% money, that's going away. So what's my point? You guys got to learn this game now. You need to dig in on these 23 hours like a beast. Okay, I can help you, I can support you, I can tell you, like I can take the time to explain all this to you. You got to make the commitment to get the education. Only 2 things you need right now. You need a commitment and you need an education. Marketplace, and you're looking, this is what you're looking for. And again, I apologize, we're 3 hours now. I'm giving you a lot of information. Most of you guys think keep going, so I'm going to keep going here because I want you to, what are you looking for when you're out there?
There's a lot to learn from it, Chris. Hey, Jerry.
What am I looking for? Okay, you're looking for, number 1, anything that was about 3, 5, 7, or 10 years ago. You're on your computer at night, okay? You're like, okay, what am I looking for? Anything that was about 3, 5, 7, or 10 years ago. It was purchased, okay? Number 2, thing you're looking for. You're looking for loan maturities. This year, 2025 or 26. Any loan that matures February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, why? Why do I want a loan mature? When a loan matures, they have to trade the asset. They either have to trade the asset or they have to get a new loan. Now the problem with getting a new loan, it would seem like it's easy to get a new loan, but the problem with a new loan is because the rates went up, the loan value is going to go down, and this guy's got to come up with money, and he doesn't want to do that. Okay? 3, third thing you're looking for. I'm telling you guys what to look for when you leave here. You're looking for delinquent. What are we doing with the finer? Okay, delinquent. You're looking for anything with delinquent tax activity. You can look this up. You go to your county records. Hey, dude, I'm looking for anything that's got delinquent
market, though.
Liens attached to the building. So this is like you're looking for a needle in a haystack, okay? And I can put the filters in. Active listing, foreclosed, long-term owner. How much is this?
$1,500 for you.
Yeah, 1 year, $1,500. When you talk to our office, if you want to add it to what we're doing for you already at the 297, just tell them, hey, add the 10X deal finder to the deal. Cash buyers, free and clear. Why do I want free and clear? Because I want some guy. Check this out. Okay, we worked on this deal. Let's say this guy bought this asset 30 years ago and he paid $300 grand for it, and he wakes up. He's in Austin, Texas. It was I don't know, 10 units, 20 units in Austin, Texas. He bought it in 1996. 300 grand's paid for it. It's 30 units. Okay, he paid, what is that, 10,000 a year? Yeah. Okay. What? The rents are $800 a month. Today? It's nothing. Okay. What's he earning? He's earning, watch this. Okay, he bought this 30 years ago. That's what you're looking for. 30 times 800. Huh? That's what
It's $24,000 a month.
That's $288,000 a year in income. What do you pay for? Pay $300. Said you paid $300. No, let's say you pay cash. Real check for it. $300 bills paid for it. He earns $280. He earns every year what he paid for it. Okay? That's why the rents are only $800. See, you guys don't know this. You don't know what you're looking for. I'm like, well, how do you know that? Dude, the rents are only $800 because he earns what he paid for it every year. He don't need to raise the rents. So you're going to go on this property, you're going to see 100% of these people have lived there for 100 years. Why don't they want to move? Because they can't go get $800 rent anywhere, and he won't raise the rents. Why won't he raise the rents? Because he's an old dude, bro. And when he dresses in, he's got this old white shirt, khaki pants, some old fucking beat up boots, drives an old truck, he makes shitloads of money, and he has no clue how to spend it. He'll go to Vegas once a year and get some free lobster and think he's a king. He might own 10 of these properties. This for 50 years. He could have bought this in 1970. So I'm like, oh man, why don't you raise the rents? He's like, see, why I do that, dude? I can't spend the money I got right now, so. Yeah, he got coffee stains on his khakis. He don't give a shit, okay? So if you could go to him and say, hey, this is what I'll do, big man, okay? Right now you're making 20 grand a month. He's tired of this thing. He's been doing this 30 years. How about I give you 20 grand a month every month, and I take the keys? Okay? I give you 20 grand a month. You're my partner forever, for life. I'll pay you the first 20, and I'll run the property, and I keep everything above. Why would he do that? Because he won't have to pay the taxes except on the 20 grand. You would never even do a trade. He'd remain a partner on the deal. He would never pay taxes to the U.S. government. He just pays taxes on $20,000 every time he gets it. He still gets his income, which he doesn't care about, but now he doesn't have to go to the unit. Guess what? You say, look, man, I'll give you the first $800 on every unit, 100% of the units. There's another way to structure the deal. You'll hear about this, by the way, in the capital raising. I'm going to give you $800. I'm going to give you the first $800, and I keep 100% above, everything above that. You're going to go in that property, you're going to raise the rents $1,000. That's you're going to change the entire profile of the investor base. Okay, watch what happens. $1,000 a month times 30 times 12. You're going to earn $360,000. You're going to be paid $360,000 a year. You're being paid like an engineer at Facebook now. To own an asset that you put no money in, you're going to pay your partner back his $800. You're going to keep the other $360, and you just increase the value of that piece of property. If you divide that number by 0.06, 360 by 0.06. It's called the increased value calculator. We're going to give this to everybody, by the way, the increased value calculator and the underwriting calculator. Okay, what's that value worth? You guys know how to do this? Increased value calculator, 360 divided by 0.06. I just increase the value of the property. $6 million. At which point, I would go to a bank, and I would tell bank, hey the value by $6 million. $6.6 million is the new loan. Okay, I need a loan for $4 million. They're going to give you a check back for $2.6 million. You're going to pay off your owner. Here's your money. Here's your 600 grand plus another 600 grand. We're friends. We're done. I'm taking the property back over. You walk away with $2 million and you put nothing in it, and it still cash flows. You just became a millionaire because you knew what to look for. You knew how to underwrite it. You knew how to increase the value of it, and you knew how to exit it, which was all the things I said you need to know how to do when you do this. By the way, you did this for no money, none of your money, and no investors. But you need to know where to find the deal. So when you go to the 10X Deal Finder, you go there and you look for stuff that was paid for 30 years ago, and the cost basis is low. 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, and then 30 years, okay? Number 4, free and clear. Number 5, below replacement. 60,000 a year, you can't build it. You can't build anything for 60 grand a year. There's no place you can do that. Okay? Now you can go to Mississippi and buy a $28,000 house, but the problem is you can't get a renter because nobody wants to live there. Number 6, look for deals that make you $1 million. This deal qualifies. I make $6 million profit on that deal. Okay. How do you make $1 million profit on a deal? Take the number of units times the rent increase. Go ahead and write this down. This is in our increased value calculator for everybody. We have a calculation page. We need to remind people of this stuff. Can y'all do it so I don't have to worry about units? Okay, number of units. Congratulations to everybody who took advantage of this. This is what we're going to provide you with. The support, the technology, and you're going to come hang out with me for 2 days. Not a bad deal. Okay? When you take the number of units, you multiply times the rent increase. This is the future value. Why do you need the future value? So when I'm talking to my investors, I'm talking to my mom or my brother, and my brother thinks I'm an idiot. I'm like, bro, okay? I used to be an idiot. I got a deal right here. And this deal, every time we take these 60 units and we increase the rents just 100, you think that's real? The rents are $900. We're in Miami. The average rent in Miami is $2 grand. I'm gonna take the rents from 900 to 100. I'm just gonna add $100 to rent. Okay? Okay, good. I'm listening to you. Times 12. I'm sorry, times the occupancy. Let's say it's 100% occupied for conversation. Times 12 months. Okay? And then divided by my cap rate. And that's your math, okay? 60 times 100. Everybody do this with me. Times 100%. Times 12, what's my number?
72,000.
Well, that's the rent increase.
Oh, my rent cap rate?
Okay, 5. 0.05. 1.4. I just made $1.4 million. Okay? So I'm showing this to my brother. I'm like, bro, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll pay you 10% for the money. He's like, God damn, 10% is pretty good. I keep all the profit. Well, no shit, man. No, I want something to profit. Okay, good. I'll pay you 5% on the money, and we split the profit. So you get 5%. See, now you're going to negotiate the terms of the deal. You didn't put any money in the deal. Look, you put all the money down. Okay, I'm telling Jared, you put the money down. I found the deal. I find the deal. I found it. I funded it. I got the financing on it. I filled it up. I take care of the bullshit. You never have to go there. You never have to worry about anything. How many properties have you visited, Jared? Of all the properties we have? Yeah. How many times have you collected a rent check? Have you?
No. I get paid every month, but I never collect.
Yeah. Have you evicted anyone? Nope. Have you handled any bed bugs, termites? You know what bed bugs are?
Yeah, they're the skin off the cheeks.
Dude, nasty creatures. Dude. Once you have them in a property, you can't come out. Okay. You ever have to handle a fire alarm or one of the properties being done?
No.
Dude, I get a phone call one night. I'm in Los Angeles, California. I have a guy call me up and says, dude, there's a property in Charlotte, North Carolina called Summerstone, 360 units. And how many were burned? I think it was 12 units burned. I said, I'll be there tomorrow morning. Got on a plane, flew to Charlotte, North Carolina, wrote an LOI. What's the second thing I did? Boom. Look at the deal, write the LOI. Had it under contract for $9.2 million. I closed 45 days later. We kept it 37 months, and I made $23 million on it. Okay, guess how much money I put down right now? Nothing. I got the insurance company that had to fund the 12 units, fund the down payment. I escrowed or wrote a note to replace that money as the down payment, and Fannie Mae gave me a loan of the entire amount. I made $23 million. I invested in nothing. This is how you get rich, folks. Okay? The guy comes in and pays me $32 million for the asset. I made $23 million, and I went and bought another property in Austin, Texas with this cash. It's a $100 million asset, and we're still cash flowing today. It's not a great investment. It's been a shitty investment, but I didn't pay any taxes on this $23 million. So I just buried this money right here. And it cash flows positive. Okay? Why am I telling you that? Because you guys can do this. I'm telling you, you can do it. You guys can do it, and you should do it. Okay? All right. So how do you make a $1 million profit? Do the math on a $1 million profit. I just made. Do this math. 32 units, $200 times 12, 100% occupied. Let's just pretend that's possible. Help me out here. Do the math. This is an increased value calculator. I'm giving you the perfect $1 million model. I tell you how to do that before the day's over. 32 times 200 times 12 times 0.1, 100.
76,800.
Equals 76,800. Divide by 0.06. 1.2 million, $80,000. We are millionaires. Say it. Repeat after me. We are millionaires. We are millionaires. Okay? Make one deal, one time. So what are you looking for? Your perfect mix for a $1 million deal is 32 units when you could raise the rent to $200. So what do you have to do? You have to look in your marketplace. How many marketplaces are you going to be looking at? Answer in the chat. How many marketplaces are you going to be looking at? 3. Which one do they start with? The one you live in. I don't plan on investing here. Learn your own market before you move to another market. If you're in Reno, Nevada, you understand Reno before you start looking at Lake Tahoe. You don't need to run off to Vegas. Dude, you're in Reno. I go to Vegas once a year. You don't know Vegas. Okay? Stop it. Okay? The biggest problem in Vegas is you're going to lose your mechanical engineer to Steve Wynn's hotel. Okay? You're going to lose your leasing agent. Your leasing agent in Vegas is going to get offered a stripper job or a hostess job or what else they do, the escort job. She's going to make $300 grand a year being an escort. And you're going to lose her as your best leasing agent. You got competition from all these other places. And you're probably going to have a damn economic collapse in Vegas, like the one that's happening right now anyway. It's not a great market to be in if you want to own those. Because you have people going to Vegas and leave Vegas. They're not staying. Miami, unbelievable rental market right now. Fort Lauderdale, phenomenal. Sarasota, Florida, getting destroyed. Like, all of Florida is not equal. You go to Texas, Houston's strong rent. They're getting their rents. You go to Dallas or Austin, they can't even get their rents. Are going down in those markets, not up. Okay, so you got to know your market, right? All right. Let's see. What else? What else do we want to give everybody? This is what I want to do for everybody that's been, if you've been holding out. Okay. The only reason people look, the whole offer is $297. Okay. For anybody that thinks it's not going to work for you, you're like, bro, there's no way I can learn this. There's no way I have time to learn it. There's no way I have time to do this. I don't do what I say I'm going to do. I know I've done that before. I've done something, started something, didn't finish. For anybody that has any doubt, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a 100% money back guarantee. Okay? If you, for any reason, decide I don't want to do this, okay? This is how confident I am in our ability to deliver this information to you and to make sure this is the thing that works for you. I'm going to give you a 100% money back guarantee for any reason. How many days? How long from here?
Until the event.
Yeah, until April. Now, once you come to the event, what?
No, that's when it expires.
So anytime between now and April 13th, you decide, hey, I don't want this. I just want my $297. It's a $24,000 program. If you bought This book is $2,500 on my website. Go to grantcardone.com. You'll see this for $2,500. You can only buy that. Okay, we don't give it to you unless you join here, because we want you to have the resources you need, which includes a due diligence, purchase and sale agreement, leasing agreements, all the documents you're going to need. The due diligence. When you go do due diligence on 40 units, what are you looking at? Did you forget to look at the gutters? Did you forget to look at the HVAC? Did you forget to look at whether it's copper plumbing, plastic plumbing, steel plumbing? Like, do you even know what you're looking for? Have all the due diligence items and how to record that data so you can show yourself and your investors and your lender that you did all your homework, because they're going to want to know that, okay? We're going to give you this 23-hour delivered only by me, how to find it, how to fund it, how to call the broker, how to underwrite it, how to exit, how to raise money. And I said I would give you, in addition to that, the Cardone Capital video fundraising course. This is about 8 hours long. The people that are in the room, you're going to see a bunch of people in the room asking me questions. These are all very experienced investors that are actually raising money on the deal. Do we have the video, another video of the people that were at the capital raising or from the course itself that have been buying those things? Okay? See, yeah, this is that was done in our classroom. And this guy's asking me right now a question about how to structure the transaction. These are very serious real estate investors, okay? These people travel and spend $10,000 each, and I'm showing them the structures, okay? Now look, guys, you can't get started if you don't get started. Okay? You're going to get off this call. I've ruined your life today. I've ruined your life. I take personal responsibility. I have ruined your life forever. And giving you the opportunity of a lifetime to become a real estate investor. Okay? You want $100 million? You want $100 million in real estate? Guys, it is so easy to do this number. I'm telling you, everybody out there, I've ruined your career. You're like, oh, yeah, what? Dude, you don't want to do $100 million? Do $10 million. $10 million is like, come on, nothing. I could do that tonight. Okay, if I was 28 years old today, when I got started, I was 28. If somebody would have shown me this program when I was 28 years old, I didn't have this. There was no Google, there was no video, there was no recordings, there was no maps, AI. It's so easy today. And by the way, everybody was buying homes back then. They weren't ready properties. Nobody was even talking about this. Okay, I studied Sam Zell. Sam Zell created a, I don't know, $15 or $20 billion property portfolio called Equity Residential. I studied it for 3 years. Donald Brent. Okay, what's Donald Brent? Look up Donald Brent's network on the internet. See, when I do this, you guys need to be getting the support, either Donald Brent's picture or Sam Zell's image. Okay. Yeah, Donald Brent's worth $19 billion, the largest, most successful real estate investor in the United States of America. Folks, we're talking about $20 billion. You understand, if you've ever driven through Orange County, California, that is Donald Brent's neighborhood. He owns all of it. Everything there he owns. Okay? $20 billion. And you're like, oh, money's not the biggest, most important thing in the world. Let me just tell you this, okay? You don't understand money. If he earns 5% on $20 billion a year, you know how much money he earns every year? He's earning $10 million a month in free cash flow. You don't have problems anymore that can't be solved with money. Okay? By the way, he's going to die. I'm going to die. And I'm going to transfer all of this to my kids. Not the problems, but the cash flow. Okay? You guys that have retirement accounts, you got an IRA, you have a 401k, you have a Roth. You should replace all that with real estate. This is the greatest tax scam on the planet. They use the IRA to trap you and to make Vanguard and Fidelity and Charles Schwab worth trillions of dollars. and you got left out. You think this is a deal. This is a terrible deal. Okay? Elon Musk just said this recently. He's like, hey guys, you need to quit worrying about your retirement. It's not going to happen. This retirement account you have is bullshit.
Well, even Social Security, they're saying it's going to be.
Well, that's a completely different problem.
But I'm just saying.
See, this problem right here. When's the I have to withdraw? Let me show you the problem with the. How many of you here have a 401k, IRA, or some kind of retirement plan that you can withdraw from in the future? Okay. Yep. Good. Watch this. What is it? 72. No, when's it?
Must begin at 73.
73 years old. You are forced to withdraw.
Required minimum distributions.
Required minimum distributions, RMD. Why are they requiring? What if you didn't need the money? Well, you have to. 4%. You got to do it, bro. You got to do it. Okay? You got to do it. Okay? Guess what? 4% times 25 years. 25 years from 73 makes you 98. You're dead. Okay? They're going to keep pushing this out, by the way, because you guys are going to keep living longer. Somebody in your room is going to live through your 110, and you're going to run out of money when you're 73. Good talk. Half the country doesn't even have a retirement account. The other half has one and thinks they're good. Dude, the second half is more fucked than the first half. The second half doesn't know they're broke, and they are. Okay? Check this out. This guy's 73 years old, and he's forced to pull 4% out. Every month he pulls 4% out of the gross value of the IRA account. When he pulls the 4 out, this just got passed in the Netherlands. The capital gains tax in the Netherlands is now 63%. Canada last year for 4 months was 67% until they reversed it. Do you guys think taxes in the future are going to be higher or lower? Okay, today they're 19%. Imagine if they're 69% when you're 98 years old. When you need the money the most, when you're in a dementia home, when you got autism, when you can't walk, when you're on one of those damn things and it all looks bad, when nothing works anymore, okay, you're forced to spend money, you're forced to withdraw money, by the way, you don't even need, possibly you don't even need money, okay? 4 times 25 years means all the money's gone. All the money was exhausted. You die. How much do you have to pass on to the next generation? Nothing. Okay? So every time you took out 4% of the total, you had $1 million in there, you're forced to take out $40,000. Watch this, okay? The government takes $30,000. Good. You end up with 10. You can't live on 10. You and I be able to live on $10,000. This home right now costs $15,000 today. Fast forward, okay? That home's going to cost what? Well, probably going to not cost as much because you're going to have a robot taking care of your grandma. But here's the problem. You still don't have any money when it's over. You should have taken this retirement account, okay? This is the kind of thing we work on. For those of you that are calling in about grantcardone.com/success, if you have any questions, just call me. I'll put 100% money back guarantee. I'm going to take this down in 10 minutes, by the way. Now, in 14 minutes, I'm going to take this offer down. I'll never offer it to you again. Okay, never. You'll never hear me say, "Hey, do it." $297. I'll never do it. We have never offered this for $297.
Yes,
okay? And a money back guarantee, and a 2 days, and the 26-hour course, and the mastermind for the capital raising. Okay, watch what happens, right? If you guys are interested in creating wealth for yourself, imagine if you would have taken this, whatever this number is, and instead, how much money did we say we had?
Off this
we did say that.
infomercial,
Okay,
you'll make about $30,000.
Imagine if you put, I don't know, what year are we in, 2026? Instead, you collapse your retirement account. Who's got a number? Just give me a number. How much money do you guys have in your retirement account right now? Let me see it, chat. Huh? 400. I'm going to take 400. Okay? She's going to take that out. She's going to pay $80,000. She can self-direct this, by the way, and pay no taxes. But let's say she couldn't self-direct. She still works over at Google or Meta or a bank, and she's like, I'm going to take my tax hit now. We know it's going to be lower today than it's going to be in the future. In the future, it will be much lower, much higher. There's no Democrat, Republican, Trump could stay in office for the entire next 60 years. taxes will go up no matter who's in control, including me. If I was in control, taxes will still have to go up because everybody's going to be on UBI. Okay? So watch. I pay this. I take the 320 universal basic income. Okay? I'm going to take the 320 and I'm going to go buy $1 million piece of real estate. And it's going to be 2026. This is going to become my retirement account. Okay? I'm going to take this property, $320,000. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to finance $680. I'm going to finance this for 10 years. Every 10 years, I'm going to refinance this asset. Right? This asset should go up by every 7 to 10 years. Should go. 1 million. Now it's what, 2 million. As we print money, by the way, this could expedite. This could speed up. 10 years from now, 4 million. 8 million. Okay? Okay? Watch what happens. At 73 years old, the government's like, hey, bro, you got to take 4%. You have to, by law, pull out 4% of the value of this asset because this is my retirement account. Actually, I don't have a retirement account. You understand? I don't do business with Fidelity or Charles Schwab or Vanguard. I'm like, why do I need you guys? I'm going to take 4% if I need the money. I'm going to take $320,000. Yeah, $320,000 a year. I have $30,000 a month in free cash flow to pay the dementia hall.
I just did a quick.
Or the senior living. By the way, I'm going to take 320 out. 320 out every year. 30,000 a month every month. Guess what? Did I ever get rid of my asset? Okay. Let's say I live till 83, 93, 110. Okay. What's going to happen to the value of this property? 16 million, 32 million. This thing could be worth $50 million when I'm dead. Okay. The thing's feeding me, paying me, taking care of me every month, paying all my bills, my expenses, whatever. And when I die, I never exhausted the actual capital and the investment. I can pass it on to my kids. My kids don't need to manage this, by the way. It's producing enough income to where it can just provide them with cash flow so they don't become use.
No, I was just doing the math in a similar way that you just did. And if you left your money in that 401k, and let's say she's 50, and she let it in there, she put 400k in and let it go for 25 years at 10%. 25 years from now, it'd be 4.3 million. Compared to your real estate example, it'd be more than doubling that, and you'd be getting cash flow.
Yeah. Now, the real estate needs to be taken care of. Somebody needs to be taking care of it. So this is, again, why I'm telling you guys. You're in a moment. I said it would be 15 months. You have about 15 months from today, right now, the next 15 months to start learning this, okay? This is what we put together for you. Between now and what, 40 days, 38 days from now? Between today, now, and how many days do I have before it will be done?
A month and a half-ish.
How many days? A certain number of days. There's so many people in here that should have all that figured out. 51 days. 51 days, then we go live. Okay? You're going to travel here. Now, can we record this and give it to them? Yes, the live event. If they can't travel. Huh? Good, good. So if you guys can't travel, you don't want to travel to Fort Lauderdale, you don't want to get on a plane, you don't have the time to be away from your work, whatever, we will record, we will stream this to your phone or your tablet or computer or TV. That way everybody gets the benefit, okay? What I want to do with this 51 days, though, it's like a 51-day countdown, is I want to take these 51 days and start doing deals with you guys. You have 26 hours of content right here. Trust me on this. Do yourself a favor. Congratulations, by the way. Can we show the list of everybody that hooked up? Okay? Everybody that took advantage of this 26 hours, okay? You should watch this in the first 4 days, okay? When you're done, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, next week, you need to start this again. The second time is going to be more valuable to you than the first time. I promise you, okay? Now, why? Because the first time you went through it, you're hearing all this stuff. Like right now, you're hearing all this stuff that's hitting you. It's like, I'm just, you don't really know what's happening. Cap rate, below replacement cost per unit. Like, there's so much data that you got guys are getting right now. The second time you go through it, oh, you're like, oh, shit, I found a deal. See, right now, you don't have a deal to look at. Okay? Give me a city, any city. I'm confused. How much is this asset in your mind? Okay, let's find out this. Okay. Huh? I don't know. Oh, she said Boston. Okay, so let me just go here. I'm going to go here. Boston's a very difficult market to buy. Okay? Very low cash flow, big appreciation. Okay, look at all the markets. Okay. Now, when you guys tell me, like Boston, okay, or Colorado Springs, you had to tell me where in Colorado Springs. You just said the city. Great market, by the way, Colorado Springs.
Keep left.
If you can collect rents. Los Angeles, where in Los Angeles? You understand, you could be in Los Angeles County, and I could be in Malibu. If I have a $5 million house, in a $5 million apartment in Los Angeles County, then I'm going to pay a 5% extra tax called a mansion tax. But if I would just move one block over, dude, I would avoid $250,000 in taxes when I go to sell it. Where do you think people want to invest? You think they want to invest where there's a higher tax or a lower tax? I'm in Malibu. There's no mansion tax here. Okay? Now, if you're in Malibu and you're within, 3 miles to the coastline, you're under the FEMA guidelines to raise the floodplain, because of the floodplain, to raise your house up 18 inches if you have 50% of the damage from rain or damage, mudslides, or fires. By the way, you're going to see very, very interesting news come out about that whole coastline here in just a little bit. Okay? So Naples, Florida, Collier County. Good. See, again, Diane's giving me Naples, Florida, Collier County. Okay? But it's too broad. I'm going to show you a deal that she's talking about right now. Collier
After
County.
800 yards, keep left.
Call Ryan. Great market, by the way. On sale.
Keep left.
Hey, Ryan. Hey, Ryan. What's the name of that deal in Naples that we're looking at? Oh, she does? Show me the Orchard Run deal. Okay, thanks. Okay, now this is coming up right now. I know it. It's in play now. Now this is why all of you, by the way, all of you guys that have joined us for this.
Whoa!
Okay, congratulations. You're gonna love this deal. For all of you that have resisted and you haven't done it, dude, it's a money back guarantee. If you're not happy, boom, we'll give you your money back.
Amazon almost wiped out
Let's get you started, and let's get you a phone call scheduled today or tomorrow so you guys can get rocking, man. Let's go.
And we're going to do an onboarding. As soon as we wrap up here, we're going to do an onboarding.
Yeah, we're going to onboard everybody today, and we're going to do a bunch of Q&A. How do you get started? Where do you get started? What do you look at? Who's going to do the onboarding? Good. Jared's going to do the onboarding. Where do you get started? What do you look at? What do you listen to first? What are your problems? So we want to help you guys. The more success I can have come out of this program, the more success you guys have as a result of this, dude, the better I sleep at night. Like, I've already got mine. I want to help other people get theirs. It makes me feel good. RayCardone.com/success. I'm going to take this down. I said 14 minutes. I should have taken it down. Okay. 4 more minutes, and then I'm taking it down. Okay? 4 more minutes, I'm taking it down. So I'm going to show you.
Right.
By the way, this is the greatest shit right here. It's when later we want you guys to join our mentoring. We'd love to have you part of our mentoring on Fridays. We'd love that, man, to come in and do Q&A, okay? If you want to do that, the club. We'd love for you guys to join the club. The club on Wednesday, I'm going to show you, these people pay $30,000, $27,500 to be part of our club, okay? You don't have to do that, but I'm just telling you what I'm showing them Wednesday. Wednesday, I'm going to show them this deal. No, y'all have it? The Orchard deal. This just popped up 2 days ago. Fantastic. Stupid. Okay? I have 1,000 units in this market already. I know this neighborhood. See, she said Naples, I said Orchard. Okay? What's the name of it again? Orchard Run. Orchard Run. Yeah, apartments. Okay. Now I know the location. Watch this. Let me see. Map. First thing I do is go to the map. I don't even care about the money. Money means nothing to me at this point. Look at this. Backed up to a golf course. Never build this again. Could never build this again. They wouldn't even allow me to build this today. If you built that today, you'd have to go vertical, 4 stories and an elevator. Mandatory, they would not let you build garden style, which means less density over more acres. They're going to be like, no, you can't do that anymore, dude. We need the density to go up. Okay. Number 2, they're not going to build anything over there right now because interest rates are too high. Number 3, if there's no new inventory coming on, my rents are going to go up over time, not tomorrow. Number 4, this is one of the wealthiest counties in America. Forget Florida. In the county, in the country. Number 5, if that's not enough, because I know the market, the taxes in this market are lower. And just to show you how valid this is, okay, why are you looking at this? Why am I showing you this? Because this is what I give our those that join. Oops, look at this. This is what I give our team in real time, okay? Now guys, there's a lot of real estate clubs out there. There's a lot of people talking about mentoring and helping. They are not showing you deals in real time that I am doing. You see this deal right here? Park and run. This is a list of all my working deals. You know what, Jared?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do it. It's too much. It's too much.
Yeah. Okay.
Here it is. Naples, 282 units. In-place rents are 2,200. Can they see this, or I got to go better? Okay. 2,200. Built in 2015. The price is $87,500. Okay. You're like, okay, dude. What about the $87,500? You're freaking out about the numbers. You're freaking out about the wrong thing, dude. Don't worry about the numbers. See, we got to get you guys out of this fascination with price. You're not at Costco, okay? And some of you go to Costco on the weekend, man. You stand in line for 20 minutes so you can get a free wiener. Like, I wonder what the little free wiener, little free buns, little free... Dude, what are you doing, dude? You're wasting time, bro. You don't have to buy everything on price. Start thinking like rich people. Control the asset. See, I know that I can get a loan for $60 million on this. How do you know that, Grant? Because I know my business, okay? How does Steph know he can make a three-pointer 16 times in a game? Maybe because he did it 80,000 times? I don't know. But he seems pretty confident. Then I got to figure out, where do I get the $27,500 from?
Look at this jerk.
Call Ryan. Call Ryan. Okay? I'm going to offer my investors 5% to give me this money. Call Ryan. Okay. And now I need to know, hey, what can I do? Hey, Ryan. Yeah. Hey. What did that trade for last time? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And what do you think it costs to build it today? That's concrete block, right? Okay, thanks, Bob. Okay, this thing costs 200. What is that door? 400 times 286. 112. Yeah, it costs 112 million to rebuild it today. So what does that mean? Nobody's going to tear this down and rebuild it. You're not going to rebuild it. Okay, you just won't. Why would anybody do that? The building I'm in right now, nobody's going to rebuild this building. Like, you got to build around it. You got to go find another spot in the neighborhood, and we're out of spots. Okay, so I know this is replacement cost today, which means over time I will get back to this number. So I know there's 30 million. Now I'm so confident in this deal that I'm not going to just raise 60 million. I'm sorry, 27 million. I'm going to raise $27 million to fund the deal, and another $30 million to buy 300 Bitcoin. I'm going to build a real estate and a Bitcoin fund together. I'm going to combine the two together, and I'm going to wait for this value to go to 112 million and this value to go to 300 million. I'm going to get cash flow at 2.5%. on the real estate and the Bitcoin rather than the real estate only hypocrisy. Anyway. Now, how can you do that? You can never go and raise money just for the Bitcoin. Nobody's going to do that. Hey, Mark, give me $30 million and I'll go buy $30 million of Bitcoin. But when you put them together, people will be looking at the asset. Show me the asset again. And then we're going to build this massive real estate Bitcoin hybrid business. See, this asset is unbelievable. Most of the assets on the West Coast in Florida are built with stick, lumber, plasterboard. What's that stuff on the interior walls?
Drywall?
Drywall, okay. This is drywall, but on the exterior it's concrete. It's built with concrete block and stucco. Very, very expensive to build. In fact, most of the concrete block in Florida comes off the East Coast, not the West Coast. So it has to be exported all the way across the state. Now, why does that matter to you? The point is you need to know your market, okay? You got to know your shit, folks, okay? You got to know your game, bro. You got to know this game cold, and you need to know this game like you're $1 billion player. Okay? You got a guy that's done $5 billion in real estate, saying, "Hey, here, help me. Here's the help." I'm not asking you for help. I'm saying, here's help. Do you want it? Man wants to help each other. The sanity of the human being is the ability to accept help.
I figured because he was only 2 hours. We're going on 3 hours with this.
Whoa, who's going to help me? When's somebody going to help me? When am I going to get my break?
But I don't want to give up on listening to it.
Okay, I'm offering you $1 billion worth of game for $297.
$1 billion worth of game for $297.
Dude, who said that, man? Find that lyric, man. That's Jay-Z. I'm giving you $1 billion worth of real estate game for $297. And I'm giving you the increased value calculator and the underwriting calculator and the resource book. What else am I giving? Oh, and the money back guarantee and the workbook and the resource book. Oh yeah, in 2 days to come hang out with me.
I think this bullshit. I'm like, it's fine, but I'm trying to give you $1 million worth of game for $9.99.
Said he was giving you $1 million game for $9.99. I'm giving you $1 billion of game and the cash flow and the write-off for $297. Okay, seriously, I'm going to take this down in 4 minutes. I want to answer 4 minutes of questions. Most of people have questions. And then we're going to onboard you guys and do more Q&A. Jared's going to be with you for the next 2 or 3 hours to answer your questions. He has nothing better to do than pull a mic. Any reservations you have, okay? I mean, look, if you have doubts, you still have doubts, this is what it should be about, okay? Number one, the 297. Okay, you should really okay. I mean, this is what could happen. You can lose $297. Two, you can feel like a smug. Okay? You can feel like a smug. What does that mean? You bought it and then you don't use it. I've done that before, dude. Okay? Typically, the more you pay, the less you pay. Like, if I change this price to like $29,000, you guys would use it. I made this easy for everybody. I'm not going to do it for free, because if I do it for free, nobody will ever pay attention to it. Just so you guys know, we had 20,000 people register for this in the last week. 17,000 people didn't show up because it was free. 80% of people giving something for free will waste it. Okay? So here's your doubts. 297. Number 3, dude, it didn't work. Guess what? I gave you a guarantee. If it doesn't work, no problem. Okay? Number 4, you couldn't learn it because you're just too stupid. Okay? By the way, could be. Could be, dude. Could be. That's why I say keep it for life, though. Because even a stupid person can learn something if you repeat it enough times. Now, number 5 brings me to number 5. You're a quitter. Bro, I've been a quitter. Look, I can qualify. I remember when I didn't have 297. I remember when I needed smuck insurance. I remember when I couldn't work it. I remember when I couldn't learn. Dude, I was a drug addict. For 10 years, I was a drug addict. How can you learn anything if you're a drug addict? You can learn something. Boom, I'm on drugs. I forget everything. Okay? And number 5, I was a quitter. Dude, I start something, quit it. Start something, quit it. Start something, quit it. Start something. I tried to quit using drugs for 10 years and couldn't quit quitting. So guess what? We got you covered. Show them the guarantee again. 100% money back guarantee. No bullshit. You want your money back, bang. Here's the $297. We'll send it back to you exactly the way you got it. And how about this? You keep everything we get. Okay, let's answer some of these questions real quick. Okay. And we're going to take this down, guys. I'm going to answer a few questions, and in 4 minutes from now, we're going to take this down. So if you're going to take advantage of this, grantcardone.com/success. We want you guys to have success, okay? In fact, we believe you're going to have success between now and the April 13th event, which I'm going to export to you free, or you can fly to Fort Lauderdale and come hang out with me 2 days. You'll have the best 2 days of your lifetime. Okay, let's go.
Thank you for workshop and everything. I will go to Florida. I will go to Florida. I can't wait to person. And my question is, I found the or
Okay, next. No, go ahead. Go ahead, I'm listening.
My question.
Yeah.
Yes, my question was, I found deal, they were on the table. Yes. I was contacting the broker. Yes.
Yeah.
300 units.
Yeah.
Can you please tell me how should I prepare myself for coming to Florida event at the present people this deal?
Yeah, dude, you have 300 units. Yeah, see, you already got the interest. See, this guy comes in here, he's not telling me about himself. He does the right thing. I got 300 units in Chicago. Really? Where? See, I don't even care about that. I care about the deal. This is the game hack. This is the freaking hack. I'm telling you, it's $1 billion hack, guys. I'm with Eric Trump the other day, okay? Donald Trump's son. Hey, Grant, what you working on, man? What you working on? How many you got now? He's not asking me about me and the kids. I mean, he does that later. He's like, how's the kids? How's the wife? Everything. What you got? What do you got? How many deals you got? See, when the players want to know what you're working on. Now, you guys are all talking. Hey, my name's Bob, and da-da-da. See, you did the right thing, dude. I got 300 units in Chicago. Where in Chicago?
I'm sorry, one second, one moment.
Yeah, where in Chicago? Just what part of Chicago?
It is, okay, name is Astoria Tower. Astoria Tower. Chicago.
Astoria.
Yes.
Tower in Chicago. Are they apartments?
Yes.
This guy's a beast.
240 heavy units.
I thought it was 300 units.
I forgot the number.
Yeah, okay. How did you find this deal? Look at this beast.
I'm using 250 and it helps me to find the deals fast.
Okay. Is it listed for sale?
Yes.
By who? Where are you from? Where's your accent from? You're Ukrainian?
I'm from Slovakia, but right now I'm in Los Angeles.
Is it Astoria place living or Astoria Tower?
Astoria Tower.
Okay, there it is. Right. Okay, I'm gonna have all the financial statement financials on here in a second. Help me find this. No, it's not for sale. Okay, so now number one, bro, like when you go make this phone call, do you know what broker has it?
Yes.
What broker?
I talked to him already.
Okay.
All data I have, actual data. I already did underwriting. I can also share with you. And companies JLL.
Yeah, okay. I know those guys. I know all of them over there. Who are you talking to? You talking to John over there?
Sam.
John Yeager?
Sam.
Okay. Did you find him?
Yeah, I mean, I see where it's at. I don't see the listing on it.
Okay. owns it?
$70 million.
Yeah. Okay, last sold in 2022 for $82 million. Yeah. 332 a door. Oh, Crescent Heights did this. I know these guys. Okay, so this is the beautiful part. This is what the club is right here. You guys are seeing what I'm doing right here. You're like, why is this guy doing this on the weekend for $297? I ain't. I'm doing it for this. Now me and him got a conversation. I'm already looking at deals. Now I got more people looking at deals for me. I know the guys at Crescent Heights. I know this market. Now, I'm scared of Chicago right now. I'm a little scared of it right now. Oh, you pulling it up? I'm a little scared of it because the tax people there are nuts. This Pritzker guy that weighs 700 pounds, okay?
Yes.
Is outrageously, Chicago Bears could be leaving Chicago. It's not good. McDonald's has their headquarters in Chicago. If they leave, bro, like, you're crazy. Okay, Fulton County, if you know Fulton County in Chicago. No. Like, guys, how does this guy know the Chicago market? That's one of the markets we shop in. Fulton County's got some crime spikes right now that are problematic. When that shit starts happening, you do not want to be in these markets. That being said, everything's got a price. Everything's got a time. You got to figure out how you're going to exit them. Remember, there's 10 things you got to know about real estate. The last one is, how do I exit this asset so me and my investors make a bunch of money? Okay, let's go to the next question.
He left that too fast.
Okay. See, these questions start getting us into markets. Okay. Yes, sir. Did you find this last deal? Unmute.
Yeah, I couldn't find it. I got it on the other side.
Thank you for asking.
Is it John Baker? Yeah, go ahead, bro. Call it John Baker. See, this is the value right here.
David Gaines.
Well, you guys are joining us today. The club, mentoring. Big John, how you doing? How you doing? Dude, that's great. Hey, real quick, do you have the listing on the Astoria Tower?
No, I don't.
Why do you not like that?
I didn't pitch it.
No, I'm just saying. Do what do you think of it?
Well, it's not that I don't like it. I know a lot about it. I sold it to the previous buyer, Crescent Heights, who sold it to 3LRE. I think, Grant, you just have to be careful about a ground lease in Chicago. There's very few deals on ground leases. I can count on one hand how many deals there are that have a ground lease.
Yeah.
So you're, diminishing the buyer profile.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've heard, I don't want to hurt Joe's Lezak and Joe Lyle's marketing it, but if you go online, there's been some articles about physical issues with the building. I don't really know if it's true or not.
Yeah. Good. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough for me. You got anything over there I could buy? I don't need anything with much problems on it. See, I'm worried about the Bears leaving town, man.
They're leaving. They're going to Indiana.
They're leaving for sure.
Yes.
Pritzker and Johnson are close to it.
Yeah. What about McDonald's? Is McDonald's going to leave?
No.
Okay.
But nothing right now that's really going to be in your wheelhouse.
Okay. Call me when you're ready to go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Enjoy golf. Okay. See, now that is the benefit right there of you guys upgrading to the mentorship and to the club, because you get to hear that kind of shit. That guy just told me, okay, my guy that asked me about the Astoria. Look how much we got done in 1 minute. He tells me about the deal. I say, cool. Boom, I call Guy. Guy tells me, leave it alone, bro. It's got the ground lease. What's a ground lease? It means you're never going to own the asset underneath it. The land underneath it, you don't own. You just own this. And they're going to keep taxing the F out of that, okay, until you lose it. Now, is there a price? Yes, there's a price. Then he tells me what? Bro, are the Bears leaving? fuck, they're gone, bro. That ain't good, bro. You got one of the greatest cities in America losing one of the greatest sports team in history. Are you kidding me? You're talking about billions of dollars getting sucked out. Now, I've been to Chicago 4 times. I don't know what we spent. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of jet fuel going there. Tens of thousands of dollars of hotel fees. Millions of dollars in connections for me to learn about the Chicago market so that I could tell this guy I've never met before. What was my guy's name?
Miroslav.
That I can't even pronounce. Okay? But I want to help him, dude. And guess what? Now we help him. See, before I did this deal, I would go into the suburbs of Chicago. You know, where the families are, the kids are, the schools are. Yeah. So anyway, in a very short period of time, by the way, what does this do for me? Dude, it exhausts me. It helps me exhaust the market I don't need to fight with. Now, how does that help me again? Because it shows me the price per unit that I can compare to the deal I'm doing, knowing that the Chicago money is probably coming this way. Or I can say, maybe I want to go to Indianapolis now and go buy some real estate over there because the Bears are going to Indianapolis. Anyway, this is my business. You guys are helping me in my business get better in my business. Okay, let's go to the next question.
Alexander.
What's up, Al?
Yeah. Hi, Grant. I met you before. We even spoke to each other, and I sent you the picture. We were on the Charlie Kirk's funerals. I have a quick question. You mentioned
what?
Do you remember when we were in Arizona and I sent you the text message? You asked me to send you the picture when I did a picture of you and the guy.
Yeah. We were at Charlie's memorial.
Yes,
yeah.
memorial. Sorry.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Great meeting you there. Thank you for being here today.
Yeah. Quick question. You mentioned that if you are not a citizen, you are not going to be allowed to get the loan from the bank.
Well, I mean, I think you have to be a citizen to get a loan in the United States of America.
It's a U.S. Tax ID, so you have to have an entity.
No, I do have all that stuff.
You're good. You're good, dude. But you're good. You're good. That's fine.
Okay. And I'm in Orange County, California.
That's Donald Bryn. That's Donald Bryn neighborhood.
Yeah. So, and it's kind of biting the pricing here. And when I'm learning other areas like Chicago or other states, it looks like the margin is even better than here.
The what?
The margin.
Well, you don't really. There's not really a margin. You know, in real estate, there's not a margin. Okay. Look, you're in one of the greatest real estate markets on planet Earth, bro. Like, in your marketplace, you're going to pay a lower cap rate and you're going to get more appreciation. You have barriers to entry in that market. I mean, like you're getting one of the hottest chicks in the world, bro. It comes with problems. You know, like she's gonna expect nicer dinners. The cap rate's lower. You understand? The cap rate's lower. It means you got to pay more. So it is what it is. It's quality. It's some of the most quality real estate in the country. You have God's barrier mountains on one side and an ocean, the largest, most dynamic, bluest, coldest, vicious ocean on the left side. The Pacific Ocean makes the Atlantic look like boring. You know, I remember we moved to Miami. I'd watch the ocean every day. I'm like, dude, what is this, a lake? They get a giant swell here. Breaks at your shin. You know, over there, bro, they gonna have swells coming in 20 feet from 3 miles out. You just get to watch them all day. You got the bluest skies in the country, short of maybe Colorado. You got the best weather in the world. You just got a bunch of idiots.
That's true.
You know, but Orange County doesn't have any idiots. Orange County's got all these, you know, the amount of money in Orange County, dude, it's like the Republican base of California. So, I mean, I'm looking at my map right now. I'm looking at the deals. Look at these deals. These are for sale deals, multifamily in Orange County right now. We took a run at 3 deals there. So I'm not saying I wouldn't buy real estate there. You just got to know how to buy it. Your big question there is going to be either from locals. Locals are they're going to want to get in. Oops. So sensitive. Look at this. This deal's $289,000 a unit. I can look at this right now and tell you I would buy this asset. Like on the one thing I'm looking at right now. I know that rents can be raised on this. Anything built after 1995, I can raise the rents. They have no control over me. The government cannot interfere with my desire to raise rents. Look at the vacancy rate, 0.6.
Evictions might be a problem.
I don't think so. Not there. Not in Orange County. You know why? Because these people get evicted once. The next time they rent anything, they're going to Riverside. They're going to shitholes. These people do not want to be in shitholes. Okay? These people like the natural law is I don't pay my rent. My next place, I might rip this guy off, but my next place becomes a shithole. I don't do that. My next place becomes worse than that. So most people want to pay their rent. Especially when you're in great neighborhoods, because in that place they might be like, bro, I don't want to get kicked out because I love my view. They can't buy there. The average price of a home there is $1 million too.
I lived 10 years in Laguna Beach. I'm not gonna give it up.
Yeah, dude, you guys, like, they can let Diddy out on Laguna Beach and say, go rape and pillage Diddy, and you guys still wouldn't leave. You'd be like, come on in. Because you love the views, the local, the restaurants, the like 24/7. I mean, the weather's always perfect. The winters are great. Like you're like, I'm not leaving. That's why y'all. That's why they tax you. That's why gasoline's $8 a gallon. But you know, you still have some of the freshest produce in the country.
Thank you for your time, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Really
I appreciate you. Okay.
And I hope I'll see you.
Yeah. No, I hope to see you there. Yeah.
Okay. See you.
Great
Thanks.
seeing you at the Charlie Kirk event. Okay. So look, guys, we want to get everybody on board. Okay. I'm going to keep this open 5 more minutes while we do the onboarding. Jared, I'm going to bring Jared up. Today, guys, this is just a start. Okay. This is a start. You have done nothing but start today. Okay. For those of you who got started with it, congratulations. Okay. My goal is to help you. I was raised by a single mom. My dad died when I was 10 years old. When I was 15 years old, I wanted somebody to help me. Okay, when I was 18, I wanted somebody to help me. When I was 23, I wanted somebody to help me. When I was 25, I wanted somebody. When I was 28, and I started buying real estate, I'm like, I sure wish somebody could help me. And the only thing I can do is go to the brokers. I'm like, okay, yeah, but he'll help me, but like, he's helping me for a commission. Okay, I want to help you guys. Okay, please let me help you. I want to help you. When you let me help you, you're doing me a favor. You're doing my team a favor. You're doing me a favor. And we're going to get paid off from it, okay? One, it gives me confidence, okay? It gives me purpose. Okay? Once you get the confidence, you're going to have the purpose to help other people, okay? But mostly, we end up with a group. We end up with a network of people.
See, I was told to stay out of California.
Real estate is not an only person game. This is not a solopreneur game. It is an ecosystem. Ecosystem of investors, tenants, insurance people, brokers. These are all very qualified people in here. And whether you're starting at the bottom, like I did, or you're starting in the middle, or you're already doing some deals, man. The more deals we see, remember the most important thing in real estate is what?
Units.
Number one, most important thing is the deal. Second most important thing is the debt. This is all you have to figure out. You're not going to figure it out in 2 hours, okay? First, where's the deal? So you got to be looking for deals. Driving around looking for deals, okay? Now you got to find debt. I know where all the debt is. I don't know where all the deals are. I do know where all the debt is. Number 3, like in our club, we give our club members access to my debt. I have the cheapest debt in the country. Okay, to get any cheaper debt than me, you'd have to go to you'd have to be like you'd have to be a Blackstone, like Blackstone, Starwood, to get any cheaper debt, and it might not be cheaper. Deal debt, then what? Equity. There is infinite amounts of money on this planet. Anytime we end up short, they just print more. So this is not a problem. But you got to give you today, but you can certainly borrow from me. Confidence. So remember when the guy came in and told me about the Chicago deal, and I got excited? I said, tell me about the deal, dude. And I got all excited. Then I called my other guy. My other guy's like, bro, I don't think you want to do a land-based deal. I go, guess what? I'm confident I don't want to do the deal. And by the way, that confidence is as important as not as doing a deal. So one, you want to be like, I'm doing this deal for sure, and everybody's going to support you, or no, we're not doing that deal. By the way, you can look at 5 or 6 or 7 deals that will tell you when you find the right deal, okay? Jared's been working with me for 15 years. Jared's the right guy to help answer these questions. Deal, debt, equity, network. The more time you guys invest in the program, the more confidence you're going to have, okay? Join us on April 13th and 14th, though, because when you start seeing other people, I want to play a video real quick. The video of other people that have joined our network to build their own confidence, because confidence is going to end up being deals done. Okay?
My name is Kevin Belfont. I've just closed my first deal, so I'm super excited for that.
Hi everyone, my name is Regina Robinson. What my real estate portfolio has grown from is just single family homes, and now I am an investor in 452 doors on a couple different states.
My name is Steve Stonetill. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. From zero doors to I have over 1,100 doors now. It has absolutely changed our life.
Hey, my name is Matthew Tyke. I'm from Austin, Texas. Before I joined, I had about 60 properties ranging from single family to small commercial deals. After joining, I've acquired close to 1,000 doors. I also have another 1,200 doors under contract right now.
Hey, I'm Jana Usselton from Dallas, Texas. We had 0 doors before we started, and now we're over 2,500, over 200 million in assets.
Hey, my name is Jake Sisk. I was just a college student, didn't own any commercial real estate, no doors, no real estate. We've scaled up to a portfolio of just under $10 million in less than 3 years.
Hey, my name is Alex Lovely, and I went from 12 units to 800 units. I've tripled my income. My name is Faber Okike. I pretty much knew nothing about real estate. Friendly invested as a limited partner in a deal that has 214 units in San Antonio. The amount of information you get for the price that you pay is just simply unmatched. For sure, is something that I would like 100% recommend.
Okay, those people are not me. Those people are them. Okay, they all started in a different place. I'm a different place. Most of them don't look like me. I don't look like them. I don't even know what that has to do with anything. Okay. You know, real estate don't care what your color is. It doesn't care what your age is, your color is, or your sex. It don't give a shit. It's like, how many units? Okay? Show the distributability. Okay? Watch, I'm 5'8". I'm 5'8". I weigh 173 pounds.
Dang.
When you meet me, you're like, oh, I thought you were bigger. Okay? I thought you were, I thought your hair was darker. Whatever, dude. You're judging me. Okay? In real estate, that's not what you judge. People deal, they judge the deal. Okay? How tall am I now? Show that deal. Yeah. Now show the deal. Yeah. How tall am I now? I just went from 5'8" and 173 pounds to being 32 stories, 24 stories. That's 300 feet. Okay? Takes an entire block up, has a $4 million swimming pool, looks at $40 million views, and the Atlantic Ocean forever. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? Look, yeah, there you go. And I've shown a lot of other people how to do this, like Chris and Marcella. Okay, in 4.5 years, they came in, did exactly what you guys are looking at today, joined our club, and went from, in 4.5 years, and that's 54 months.
Hey, Mary.
54 months. In the less time than it took to pay a car off,
Top
they went
of the
from 35
afternoon.
units to 1,000 units. As a limited partner, passive income, and another 2,500 units where they're getting both passive income, active income, and management income. Okay? Then there's my guy Sean from Dallas, Texas. Okay? No units, no experience, no knowledge. very good looking. No hair on his head. Construction dude. Getting paid by the hour, paid by the job. 2,800 units. Anytime I see Sean anywhere in the world, dude, that guy will stop and do anything for me today. You understand? When I'm dead and I'm not around anymore, Sean sees my kids 30 years from now, dude, he's going to help them. Dude, like, this is how you build a legacy. Help people, man. Learn how to be great at something and help people. Okay? We have Jacqueline and her daughter, Abigail. It's a mom and daughter team. She brings her daughter to every one of our clubs. Okay, 4 times a year we meet for our club. Club's $27,000. This is for the series. They went from no units to having $30 million worth of units in 2 years. Check this out. They bought a deal 25 minutes north of here from underneath me because I didn't want the deal. I'm like, the deal was a little bit too small for me, so she did it. They raised the money. They're general partner on the deal where they get a management fee. Ida. Yeah, Ella's, how old is Ella? 50 years old, 45 years old, looks great, smoking hot. Female. I tell Ella, look, there's not enough women in real estate. And this is a white man's game. It's mostly male, 98% male, probably 98% white, bunch of old rednecks, okay? This chick comes in, she's got 7,000 units, man. Why? Because I said, look, this is the deal, this is the debt, this is the equity, this is your network, and here, you can borrow my confidence. Okay, so guess what? There's a woman that comes into the space, man, and she can make a splash quick. People are going to underestimate her because of the audience she's moving into. Okay, Jared, take it away. I hope you guys take advantage of this. Jared, give them 13 more minutes to transact. I don't want to leave anybody else. If you're trying to get in, grantcardone.com/success. Again, last time I'm going to bring it up to you. The resource book, I'm going to give you the home study manual, strategy call, the multifamily dictionary, the home study manual I mentioned.
I got that all for free.
23-hour program, how to buy apartment buildings, the basics. You can use this for life, by the way. Okay, use it with your team. When you build out your team, by the way, you're going to add people later. Make sure your team is doing this program. You never lose this program. I'm going to give you the capital raising. So, I have 30 people raising capital on another floor today. Taking phone calls, how to raise capital. I'm going to give you that program. You cannot buy that anywhere, by the way. The only way you can get that is to take that today. I'm going to give you all that plus a money back guarantee, and I want you guys to come spend 2 days with me down in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, flying to Fort Lauderdale. We're going to do the conference center there. It's only 50 days from right now, so you've got 50 days to pay attention to this. Just give me 2 hours a day. Find an hour a day, 1 hour a day. Start tinkering with this. Okay, if you can give me 2 hours, even better. That way you can get through the program twice, and you can start looking at deals. I'm going to have Jared now take over to give you our onboarding process, so you know what to look at, what to look for.
I'll try to answer a few of your guys' questions in here as well as I'm going through the onboarding. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jared Land. I'm the president of Grant's company. I've been with him for 15 years. Personally, been investing with him for 12 years. So I'm very familiar with how he buys deals and most importantly how people win with the program. And so what I wanted to first show you guys is that everything that you have just gotten access to as a part of
afternoon,
access
Joe.
portal. Some variant of that says access portal. This is all tied to the email address that you plugged in, that you registered from and purchased from. So when you go in there and plug in your email address, if you have any issues getting connected with this, it's likely because you registered with a different email that you purchased from. And so if you use your purchase email, then you will get access into the platform. Now, what's in the platform? The first thing that you're going to get for life is you're going to get access to the Introduction to Buying Apartments course. This is a 23-hour program. It's going to cover how to find the deal, how to contact the broker, how to underwrite the deal, how to write the LOI, how to calculate and get a debt quote, how to raise equity and structure your offers, how to close the deal, how to manage the deal, and how to exit the deal. It's a step-by-step program. We spent 4 hours here today giving you a lot of information. Sometimes it seems like you're getting hit from every angle and you're not quite tracking. Everything is laid out in sequential order. You can go back, you can rewatch segments if you don't understand it.
Same thing in Johnstown, Pennsylvania.
The study manual, which is the next thing that you're going to have access to. You're going to get access to the dictionary of real estate terms, and then you're going to get access to 4 calculators. Remember, you're going to get the underwriting calculator. This is going to determine what you pay for the deal. The underwriting is the math that you do to determine what the deal should be selling for. The cap rate on the market is going to be very important. So again, for some of these things that you're hearing where you're like, how do I calculate the cap rate? The cap rate's different by market and by asset class. There's not one cap rate for the entire country. So if you're in Irvine, like Grant was talking about before, the cap rates are going to be much lower. They're going to be 3.5, 4, 4.5. When you go to the deal in Naples that he was looking at, you're going to be at a 6 cap or a 5.5 cap. So the cap rate is dependent on the market, and the cap rate is dependent on what investors are willing to accept as a return on their capital in order to buy the deal. When you go in and dynamically plug this into the calculator, it's going to show you the variation in the price that you need to pay or offer for the deal. Again, also other calculators you're going to get, the increased value calculator, so you can do that cool math to figure out what you need to do in order to get $1 million profit on the deal. That's one of Grant's non-negotiables on a deal when you're getting started, is you should be buying a deal knowing how you can make $1 million in profit. And the increased value calculator is going to be the thing that allows you to actually calculate that. So at 32 units, you need to raise the rents $200 a month. At 64 units, you need to raise the rent $100 a month. At 16 units, you need to raise the rent $400 a month. And so you'll be able to go in and figure out, by the deal, what is the upside. And remember, rent increases, just because you buy a deal doesn't mean the rent can be increased, right? They may already be maxed out at market rents. So when you're looking for deals, you want to make sure that you're finding deals that have compression. And oftentimes, people that have owned properties for a long time, they don't operate the property tightly. They get lazy, they get loose, they get complacent, they don't want to raise rents, they don't want to have to put new renters in, and so they will leave meat on the bone for the next investor that takes ownership of the deal. And so you want to understand what the market rents are. Again, market rents are different by market. And so a lot of the questions that I saw coming in, and I was trying to answer as many as I could. How do I know what market rents are? Well, you do research. You use Google. You go to apartments.com. You go to rent.com. You look at properties that are in that area and find out what they're renting. The best way to find out what market rents are talking to the broker. And now, when you're getting started talking to the big bad broker, you have all this anxiety about, what am I going to say? Is it going to be the perfect thing? Is it going to be the right thing? Is it going to be the wrong thing? Inside the introduction course that we have here, we have all of the things that you need to say to the broker, all of the things you need to not say to the broker, because there are things that you can say to a broker that will immediately disqualify you and they will never talk to you again. Okay? So brokers is a complete guide of all of the legal documents that you will require in order to do a deal. Now, we always would recommend that you guys consult legal advice on all this stuff, but this is a great starting place for you guys to understand what's a lease contract addendum look like, what's a hurricane preparedness notice, so that you can prepare residents if a hurricane's coming, balance due, late payment, application for residency, leasing checklist, make ready status, due diligence checklist, your purchase and sale agreement, your PSA. You could spend 20 grand having an attorney put together a PSA on a deal. And we have all of the templates right here so that you can get started. Huge value. The strategy call I mentioned, get that call booked. We continue to open up more because we went a little over 100 people that enrolled for this, so we're opening more of those calls as we can. If the calendar is full, just reach out to the team. You can call our office at 310-777-0255, 310-777-0255, or you can email chat@grantcardone.com and we can help you out. The other thing that you're going to get access to, again, is the capital raising workshop. This is going to be inside your portal. The course is laid out right underneath the Introduction to Buying Apartments course. The beautiful thing about this is you can go through it as many times as you want. Trust me, you're going to want to go through it, not so that you just do it once and you think you get it, but go through it enough so that you can't ever forget it. Because the more you can talk confidently about these things, the better off you're going to be. The more confident you're going to be, the easier it's going to be to find deals, talk to brokers, talk to the bank, the right banks, to get the loan that you need, to go to investors, to raise money from investors. All of that information is in these programs that you guys now have lifetime access to. The other thing that we included was a real estate summit seat. This event is happening April 13th through the 14th. If you guys are not able to come live to the event, you can access it virtually. We know it takes time away from your life, your family, your business to come to these events. Highly recommend you come live. The reason is because we're going to have 1,000 real estate investors in the room, and all of them are trying to do deals. The 2 days you spend with us in this room, you will have access to more people that are interested in real estate than you've probably met in your entire life. Let alone people that you know that you can actually build a community with and start building relationships with in the town that you live in right now. Again, we have people that have every time we run it for the last 5 years. The market is always changing. We're constantly getting new people into the event, and it's a great way to network and build the team and start learning faster through the relationships that you build at that event. Okay? You guys have a video you want to play of this?
I started making real money when I was 52 years old. My first deal made me $4 million. Look for a deal that could change your life. You got to do the work, folks. You got to put the work in. You're not going to get confidence because you learn something. You're going to get confidence because you do something. The easiest way to become an investor is to be an investor, not to go build something. Steve Jobs had 2 homes. Warren Buffett had 1 home. No watches, no fancy shoes. You understand the point? Wealth moves to investing, not consuming. Living in a house is an expensive proposition when your money could be invested in 40 units or 80 units or 100 units. You ain't going to save your way to heaven. Okay? You're not going to save your way to wealth. You're not going to save your way to freedom. It's impossible. You have to create, you got to invest. Get in these rooms, get around people, invest in yourself. If you won't invest in you as a VIP, nobody's ever going to treat you like a very important person.
Yeah, the team just told me that the book section was hit when they pushed the portal live. So they're going to activate that. It'll say books, and then all of the resource books and all of the documents, the dictionary, capital raising workbook, all those will be loaded in there as well. I saw a few questions about that. So make sure that you register for this event. It's in Fort Lauderdale. Is there a redemption in the probably the biggest trigger right now is loans maturing. And I want to give you guys something really important here. This is really important to understand about loan maturity. Ideally, the deals that you want to go out and you want to start looking for are deals 3, 5, 7, and 10 years. The further down you go, the they're more likely to have less compression, because with real estate, over time, the values have, for the last 50 years, they've always gone up. So you're probably going to have fewer issues at deals that were bought 10 years ago. The closer you get to today, the higher the likelihood is that there's going to be a problem on the deal, because of where interest rates were in this time period. People that bought deals 3 and 5 years ago, when everything was great, people thought it was going to keep going up forever, they were done with variable rates, which means as interest rates get risen by the Fed, the interest rate on that loan increases as well. And so what happens is, if you bought a deal that was a 6 cap, well, back then they weren't 6 caps, back then they were 4.5 caps. And your interest rate starts going up. And if you tried to do this deal today, you'd probably be at 6%. When you try to go get a new loan on that deal for 6% and it's only producing 4.5% return, you're going negative in the deal. And so 2 things happen. Number 1, you either have to go and buy down the loan, which means you have to inject more capital into the deal. And if you raise money from your investors, it's called a capital call. You got to go out to your investors and call more capital in so that you can cover the loss. So that's one option, bad option. Number 2 is the deal goes back to the bank. That's a bad option too. So right here in this window, this 3 to 5 year window, this is where you're going to find all the problems that are happening right now. And so you want to be looking for deals that fit that criteria, okay? So that was your question on the deal fund. Second thing, I've seen a lot of people asking about bringing companions to the event. You can bring companions to the event. They get to pay a reduced fee to the event. They're not going to pay $5,000 to come. If you call the office at 310-777-0255, or on your strategy call, just ask one of the program advisors what the pricing is on it. It's a stupid deal. We want you to bring people with you if you'd like to have somebody come with you. So, guys, it's an incredible program, incredible offer. It's everything you need to get started. It's everything you need to start getting your confidence up. And it's everything you need to do to start learning the things that you have to understand to start going into your market and start finding great deals. GrantCardone.com/success. The page is probably down now, so you might need to just call the office, 310-777-0255, 310-777-0255. If you go to the page and it's down, just call the office. We'll slide a few more in on the phones, 310-777-0255. Really look forward to meeting you all live at the event in April in Fort Lauderdale, April 13th and 14th. Hopefully you've made some calls to brokers, you've underwritten a bunch of deals, you start to get yourself more familiar with the terminology that goes involved in this. Real estate's changed my life.
Rudy.
All my net worth has come as a result of investing the money that I make working for Grant into real estate. Also, on the event, remember, if you can't make it live to the event, just join us virtually. We'll have a virtual room.
Still waiting for your picture.